CJ. Good, nice 69-degree weather here in Bethany tonight as we get ready to get this one started. But what we learned last week, Tyler, is this Woodward team is a team with chemistry, a team with confidence, and a team that will never quit.
Not only that, they're a younger team, so they're going to make some mistakes. We saw both sides of that last week, but because of that youth, I think they pressed on through adversity very well, Brock. I mean, we saw that in the fourth quarter. They really took it to Clinton, and as you mentioned, CJ, that effort came up just a tick short, but they carry that momentum into this one.
Actually had a chance to win the game, I guess.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, we had a chance to win the game with under about a minute to go. We had the ball at midfield, great field position, and just ran out of time and ran out of downs, to be frank with you. And those 5 turnovers cost them. So ball security is going to be a big key tonight for the Boomers.
We'll set the stage, Woodward and Bethany tonight. What do you expect?
Expect a really hard-nosed fought game. Bethany has been picked to beat the Boomers by 7, 28-21 by some prognosticators out there. Bethany comes in 0-2. They're a very young team, but they're a very talented team. But with that, Tyler, it's a lot of inexperience on the varsity level for this Bethany team. But this is a good program. Coach Arthur has done a really good job 14 years here.
Yeah, I mean, their track record speaks for themselves. Oh, sorry.
That 0-2, guys, Mark, might be a bit deceiving.
Yeah.
They've played a couple of pretty good football teams, I would guess.
Oh, boy, have they ever, CJ. It's highly ranked Jones Longhorns and the highly ranked John Marshall Bears. And both of those teams could be in the state title game in their respective classes this year. So they really beefed up their non-conference schedule. So they're going to desperately want to win tonight, that's for sure.
What's Woodward want to do tonight specifically to be successful against the Broncos?
I think we want to run the ball to set up the pass. We really didn't get many running yards last week. I think we only had 60-some yards rushing. So they really have some good ideas about running the ball tonight, Tyler. There's some opportunities there for the Boomers offense and then to get that passing game going. What else do you see tonight?
Yeah, you mentioned around the ball. It's that defensive set. They run CJ. They, at times, 3 down linemen, maybe 4 at the most. So you definitely expose some gaps there to run through for Nash Arm.
Guys, it doesn't get much easier for the Boomers. And Dandy Weatherford Ball Club comes to Woodward next week.
Yeah, that's no lie. It's a Dandy Weatherford team, and that's also going to be, I believe, senior night for the Boomers. So we'll acknowledge all the seniors next week. And boy, what can you say about the Weatherford Eagles? They had a barn burner last week with Kingfisher, and that's a good team led by Ethan Downs. But first things first, CJ, we got to take care of business tonight, and then we can look forward to the Eagles next week.
All right, look forward to your guys' call with Woodward and Bethany tonight over on the Z92, 92.3 as the pregame underway in about 20 minutes or so. Let us step aside and take a break here. Game night rolls along from Studio A in Woodward on a football Friday night.
No matter if you are looking for team uniforms and equipment or trophies and medals to celebrate a successful season, Compass Athletics is your destination. They are an authorized dealer of all major brands and carry a complete line of uniforms, training apparel, shoes, equipment, medical supplies, and awards for all of your individual and team athletic needs. Operated at 2024 Main Street in Woodward. Compass Athletics, serving you in every direction.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind. Battlefield Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. We leave no warrior behind. Wounded Warrior Project is a non-profit organization
Dakota,
created to help armed men and women return the scars of war. Whether those scars are physical or mental, we're here to make sure that they heal. And whether it's helping those with post-traumatic stress disorder live a normal life. Veterans hospitals. Because no one deserves our help more than the men and women
Still
who
can't
risk
get
their
through
lives
to
to keep
us,
us safe.
unfortunately.
Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind. Ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Try me now, Dakota.
In the immortal words of Lincoln Riley,
There's only one Oklahoma.
the Sooners are ready to continue the illustrious legacy that is Oklahoma football. Join us
Beth?
Thanks once again for being a part of Game Night.
Still
here
very
on
fuzzy.
Channel 1. Z92, still plenty of time, my friends. Get out and support your favorite Friday night hero.
Still
Nice
really
one.
fuzzy.
Let's play the game.
Okay.
Hey,
So what we're gonna do?
cheers. Listen to
Try
Colby
this.
rolling there, calling the
Yeah, what the heck?
Holy crap! Yeah, yeah.
Nice and fuzzy.
How are you today, Coach?
Doing great. Hey, thanks for
Okay,
having me.
go turn that off.
We're coming off an unusual offseason.
That was the problem. Now we got to figure out.
In Oklahoma, I've been a
Yeah,
little
he's
looser
really
than they have in Kansas. What
really
was the
fuzzy.
biggest obstacle you faced getting your team ready for this season?
Oh,
Was it better?
It has been a little different. We're down. We're pretty
It was
close
live?
to
Okay.
Oklahoma, so we're kind of
We're live
sit a little
now.
more with you guys than probably the rest of the state. But
We're live on that, but we're not live
oh,
on
not
the
too
air.
much. We were limited on the camps we could go to this summer. We like to go to two out of state, up in Nebraska usually, and we were only able to go to one. But that besides that, we did all our strength and conditioning sessions we usually do, and our regular camp here that we usually do. Unfortunately, we didn't have to adjust too much.
So you started out great. You beat Burton 64-18. What'd you see in that game that stood out to you? What'd you guys do well?
Our team speed is a big deal. Like, we got a bunch of good athletes. We graduated a lot of size. We've had size for a couple of years now, and that's helped us run the ball. Kind of our speed's our weapon now, and still run the ball, but a little smaller guys but a little more speed. And it's helped on offense, like I said, but on defense too. I mean, these guys swarm like crazy, and all six of the guys on the field can get to the ball pretty fast when they need to. And I think our team speed is going to be a big deal this year.
Now it's your third year coaching six-man. Your teams have hit the ground running. That isn't the case for everybody. Do you feel, though, like the competition in the six-man ranks is improving as teams kind of adjust to switching over to six-man football?
I think so. Yeah, I got three new teams this year here in Kansas. A couple of them are up in the north, so we won't see them this year until possibly playoffs. So we saw a couple of those. You know, we've increased the last couple of years, and with more teams, I think better competition, and the Burton team we played is one of those new teams.
United Spinal Association is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of people living with spinal cord injuries and disorders. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
In times of fear, World Vision is there for the most vulnerable. For the last 70 years, we've been standing with kids and families through natural disasters, war, and disease, delivering life-saving aid and helping rebuild lives. And with
Dakota, are you
every
there?
act of courage, faith, and love,
Dakota?
we do more than just stop the spread of fear. We replace it.
Hello, hello. Can
There
you
you
hear me?
are.
I know. That sounds
All right,
a lot better.
Where are you at? So
Okay.
we can get a feel where you are.
Looking right in front of you guys. I'm right down here at the very
Okay,
end.
I got you at the
Okay.
H. Okay.
Game
So
night.
we got a clear signal on the 40.
A in Woodward.
Yeah, I like it right
Oh,
here.
perfect. Then we're good.
That's perfect. So
Go
when you
go
try
to this corner over here,
Yeah.
that back pylon like I was talking
yeah,
about.
go try the back pylon. No, other way.
7 o'clock.
Toward the locker room.
You're
popping.
There you go.
Entertain the Alva Gold
After that, I'm gonna also try to go down to the field.
Jeez.
Try to keep your body facing us when
Yes.
you walk.
Facing us.
You're going to have to act like you're a man.
With the
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
What they are anticipating this year. And it was interesting
Just
to
until
hear
he
him
gets
talk
over there.
about this year their team strength, if you
But
will.
we're coming through
is
nice
the
and clear
speed.
now.
Last
Yeah.
year they were kind of pretty
we
good
fixed-
sized bunch. And
That's what he said.
I'm sitting here
Better?
thinking, probably what's more
Test
important
1, 2, 3,
in
test
six-man
1, 2, 3.
football, speed or size? I'm not
No.
so sure. It might be speed. What do you think?
I think speed's a solid answer anytime. Speed kills, and especially the more space you
Okay,
got on the field.
here's Dakota.
It does seem like
Face
the
us,
faster
bud.
you are,
Face
the
us.
more better advantage
Talk.
you have. But
Hello.
guys up anything,
You're gonna have to take him down.
football, it's
Yeah.
still an
Well,
advantage to be a
it's
little bigger.
Okay, you're going to have to keep him at the 40. You're going to have to grab him at the 40.
yeah.
Well, they're at home.
sounds
That's
tonight,
too
their
far.
First, home
Okay,
game,
sounds
and
good.
Chris actually no stranger to six-man
Aaron, I hear
football.
myself
I don't
echoing
didn't,
over here on
I
Boomer
think Chris
TV.
helped us. And we actually had
Getting ready to be
my
live.
mother actually had. He said, "Yeah, Mom said it's
Live from
okay."
Bethany.
We actually had.
Can
to
you hear
talk
me
to
fine
him
at the
there
40 still?
to make
Yes.
sure it's
Okay.
that we could
Go,
allow
okay,
him to
go to the other
participate
40. I want to
today.
check that, just
We
make
tried
sure.
him out there a time or two, I think.
Okay,
as I
sounds
recall,
good.
several years ago. But a great group there. We're going to talk.
That
to,
wind's popping it or
Chris
something.
Yeah, the wind is
there
getting in your
tonight.
mic.
Of course, his name is Frank York. Has been there for a number of years
'Kay.
at Ashland. And
Give me a test.
I always remember
Okay,
a
I'm
couple
over here at the
things
other
seemingly
40.
that stick out
Okay,
about
perfect.
going to
Okay.
Ashland,
Alrighty, I'm gonna
Kansas
shut the
to do
microphone off.
a football
thanks.
game. Other than that, honestly, the great people that are there. They had at one point one of the, and maybe still is, one of the best-looking fields.
So Dakota's having some
either
issues with
rye or fescue or something. It wasn't just a traditional
Yeah.
like we usually run into on Friday night. Just a beautiful, well-manicured field. I think Coach Larry Rich had a big part of that, as a matter of fact, over the years there in Ashland. And they always actually shot a real gun out the press box door at the end of the quarters, and halftime, third quarter, and at the end of the game. And so memories there in Ashland, Kansas. Clark County will follow their game tonight, along with about a half a dozen other games there in the great state of Kansas tonight. But our attention on 104.5 tonight, we refer to it as our quick score feature game. It's Fairview and Alva. Guys, set the stage. What do you expect?
Well, I'm going to say 3 words I can't wait to say. Rivalry game and homecoming. They are back here in Fairview, and this is a big rivalry game. Took a little break for about 4 or 5 years. Fairview dropped down to A, but this has been going on for a while. I went all the way back to 1982, as far back as I could find it. But
It's for that.
yeah, I would imagine it's before that. But the records got a little shoddy after that. Before that, before '82. It's been very successful for Alva. They're on a 12-game win streak in this rivalry. Fairview, even the years Fairview's been really good, they've had trouble with this game, and they're really looking to snap that rivalry. Starting the season out 0-2, they're looking to get in the win column tonight. So should be a hard-hitting game. 2 teams that really get up to play this football game, and I think speed's going to be the name of the game in this one. You've got some spread offenses that are going to sling it around the field a little bit, and there are some burners out there.
Chris, you made reference to the rivalry with Alva. I think you can, as far as Fairview's concerned, you can toss Chisholm in that mix. I don't know necessarily which is a bigger rivalry, but Fairview, Chisholm, and Alva, those three teams always a rivalry when they play.
Always, and the 12-game win streak. What it comes down to is numbers game, and Alva in we'll see tonight. We've been talking about speed and size. Alva has won the size game, and that's really been a big advantage for them in this series as Fairview's dropped down a class, and I think it's shown in the numbers of Alva having a little bit more size up front and able to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's not going to be a whole lot different tonight. I think it's about a 40-pound difference up front for Alva tonight. Not a huge, overwhelming number, but both of these teams have struggled a little bit running the football. So whoever develops that run game might have the advantage tonight. And another thing with Fairview, Blake Perez is out tonight. He's their athletic preseason first-team All-Vipe. He's got a knee injury. Went out in the third quarter last week, and he's resting. And not a serious knee injury, but they're just being cautious with him. They don't play next week, so they're letting him rest. So that's another injury to Fairview, who last year had a ton of them.
Guys, we'll talk more with you at halftime, hopefully, the halftime of our feature presentation there on 104.5 as part of Quick Scores here on K101. But, Chris, if we run short of time, gosh, what a great group of young men that have represented Fairview over the years in the Classic Bowl, and I'll mention a few of them throughout the years. Joe Hauk played in the first one. Actually, I guess scored the first points in the first one. His son,
Legendary.
Drew Hauk, played this past year, 2020, and was the Drew Williams Memorial Scholarship winner. Todd McHugh, Clint Martins, Terry Gould, Craig Church, Chad Reese, Casey Bell, Aaron Frable, Mark Welch, Jeremy Gonzalez, Nathan Harder, Brett Martins, Brad Osmus, Brian Wall, Rusty Harmon, J.D. Carver, Jay Mendenhall. A lot of these familiar names I know to you, Chris, and Eli Kennedy, T.J. Marty, Kevin Wall, Richard Watkins, and Nicholas Cush, Caleb Noble. He played at Oklahoma State, I think, didn't he, Chris?
Yeah, he sure did.
Garrett Hunt, Grant Carlisle, Raymond Bonet, Jordan Cleaver, Blake Carlisle, Chance Voth, Barrett Carver, Brian Baker, Matt Bartell, Tyson Hammer, Caleb Kemp, Zach Klassen, Ethan Nance, Logan Nightingale, Jacob Stevens, Willis Mallory, Gavin Boyer, Ross Smith, Grant Nightingale, Timothy Regier, Joseph Stevens, Braxton McHugh, Jacob Eischen. Is that one of George's boys?
That's one of George's boys, yes.
Berlin Gary, Nick. Did I get that right? Berlin Jerry?
Yes.
Tommy French, Garrett Hodgson, Jay Eischen, another one of George's boys. He was a scholarship winner as well. Jesse Doty, Cade Dillard, Chad McGolden, Hunter Slater, and then, of course, last year we made reference to the game that actually wasn't actually played, but it's still part of Classic Bowl 32, Drew Hauk and Bodie Sell. And I mentioned all those kids, and I'll throw in some other young men and women, Kevin Roberts, Jamie Snow, Matt Beebe, Amber Wood, band scholarship winners. Adam Martins won the first boys basketball scholarship. Baxter Stewart played in 06, won the basketball scholarship as well. And then, of course, this year Weston Church was the boys basketball, Mike Mitchell boys basketball scholarship winner. Obviously some great athletes over the years, Chris, but Fairview also very, very important to them is the academic side of things.
Yes, it's not the academic, but just disciplined and, doing the right thing. That's really stressed here. And, you're talking about Adam Martins. He's the PA announcer now, going to be right beside us in the room next to us. And you talked about Drew Hauk. He's down on the track.
Right
He's going to watch his younger brother Austin play. So a lot of those guys, Rusty Harmon, you mentioned him. He was here for a junior high game the other night, happened to be in town. So got to sit with him. So, not only do they do so well, they represent Fairview so well, they come back and support the team.
I think we'd be remiss if we didn't hats off to Coach Lyle Welsh that was the state championship coach back in the game we did, the last game played in the great state of Oklahoma last century. And his son obviously played in Classic Bowl and a really good leader and mentor there for Fairview over the years.
Oh, yeah. Well, was it last year or year before? I lose track of time. I'm getting old.
It was last year.
Last year we did the special
20
and
years.
Had him here and some of the assistants, and that was a lot of fun. And he's had such a storied career at Pond Creek and Fairview, and coached with I can't think of his name now. won this championship with the Miami Hurricanes.
Coker,
coached
Bob
at
Coker.
OSU for Coker.
Coker.
Coker. Yeah, he coached with him. That's who he started out under, and they're still friends. So just an interesting coach there in Coach Welsh.
Hey, we look forward to your call. You'll get your pregame underway in less than 15 minutes or so over on 104.5. I really look forward to talking to you at halftime. We'll also talk about all those Alva kids. They've been a part of Classic Bowl as well over the years. Had some scholarship winners there as well. And look forward to your call. 104.5 KCCW, Alva and Fairview. Tonight it's our Quick Score feature presentation on 104.5. Let us step aside. When back we come, we talk about a big 8-man matchup. Yes, it is. Buffalo, Pond Creek Hunter. We'll take a look at Buffalo and Pond Creek Hunter, the Bison and the Panthers, when we return here on a football Friday night.
Myth. All cell phone providers have the same coverage. Fact. Cell phone carriers are not created equal. Most carriers put their focus on national and metro areas, while employees at Pioneer Cellular put their focus on you. At Pioneer, we have over 400 cell phone towers that are located where you need them most. You are covered, and that is the truth. Call us today at 1-800-641-2732 or visit gopioneer.com to learn more about our coverage.
Attention Expo Farm Expo exhibitors. Booth space is now available. It's the K101, Z92, KZZW, and KOMI-TV Home and Agribusiness Trade Show, and it's coming to the Woodward County Event Center and Fairgrounds October 16th, 17th, and 18th. Now in our 36th year, this rescheduled show features 2 exhibitor buildings, plus outside exhibitor space, and will host an extensive variety of agricultural products and farm equipment, home improvement ideas, clothing, communication and entertainment products, ATVs, automobiles, plus arts and crafts. Thousands annually rely on Expo Farm Expo to see a wide variety and selection of products and services that only a show of this size can offer. Booth space is now available by calling 580-256-4101. That's 580-256-4101. Reserve your space today for the Tri-State's largest home and farm show and be a part of Expo Farm Expo 2020. Coming to the Woodward County Fairgrounds Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, October 16th, 17th, and 18th. It's food, folks, and fun with K101. This is Woodward Football on your home for the Boomers, News Talk Sports Z92. Now, with the call of tonight's game, here's Brock Campbell.
And good evening, everyone, from Bethany SNU football field or stadium, whatever you want to call it. It's not an official name for it, here in the metro area of Oklahoma City. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs, along with Boomer TV, welcome everybody to the broadcast tonight as the Boomers are on the road to take on the Bethany Broncos. Both teams winless on the year, 0-1 for the Boomers, 0-2 for Bethany. But that 0-2 record, a little bit misdeceiving, you know what I mean. Deceiving, there we go. Little deceiving because of the 2 opponents that Bethany has played.
Yeah, took on a couple fantastic teams. Jones to kick it off there, and then took on John Marshall last week, and that's a murderer's row to start out the season of 2 teams that's going to come after you no matter what class they're in there. So took that 51-20 loss to John Marshall last week, which to us was a bit surprising. I mean, we know John Marshall's pretty good. We thought Bethany also is very talented as well. So it's kind of a question mark for this team coming into the game. And, you know, the one thing the Boomers have to watch out for, Brock, is obviously getting a little bit of an upset Bethany team trying to come out and prove something here.
That's true. And, you know, both of those teams that you just talked about, aforementioned Jones and John Marshall, those teams both respectively could be in the state title game
absolutely.
in their class. So, you know, you just start with 2 highly ranked teams, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, but Bethany was in that Jones game until the 3rd quarter, and then John Marshall just kind of blew their doors open. But this is a young but talented Bethany team, inexperienced in the varsity level, but as you go each game, Coach Arthur's teams progress, and we'll see that tonight as they're going to be wanting to come out here hungry for a win here at home in the confines of Bethany Stadium.
No doubt about it, but, you know, really looking forward also to see what this Boomer team could do, Brock, as far as carrying the momentum over from that 4th quarter last week. Just, obviously, we've talked about off air. We've talked about it with Coach on the Coach's show. I think this is a game that the Boomers realize after last week is a winnable game if you play to your potential.
Got to play clean tonight.
Yep.
Got it. You know, work on those turnovers. It's got to be a clean game. Can't put the ball on the ground. Can't get the ball back to him on an interception or whatever. But conversely, Bethany has 9 turnovers this year too. So it's going to be whoever can play clean tonight is going to come out with a victory. So with that, we're going to take our first break. On the other side of the break, we're going to have the head man himself. That's Coach Rick Fluchin, and the pregame interview on the other side. You're listening to Boomer Football on Z92. Well, I guess we'll keep it right here, and we'll take a break here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors while we got the time, and we'll figure out how to get our break in here in just a minute. Who's our sponsors? Let's thank our sponsors.
Yeah, of course, our big boom sponsors here supporting Woodward Athletics across the year. That'd be AAA Insurance, Design Realty, Bentech Insurance, Dairy Queen, Diesel Dynamics, Harper Sanitation, High Plains Technology Center, High Plains Tire, and K&S Tire. All fantastic sponsors here of Woodward Athletics and proud partners of the community.
And with that, let's take our first break of the pregame. On the other side of the break, we're going to have Coach Rick Luchin in the pregame interview. You're listening to Boomer Football on Z92.
Randy Glitch Construction has been building quality residential and commercial properties in Woodward and the surrounding area for over 30 years. For a quote on the cost of a building or remodeling your residential or commercial property, call Randy Glitch Construction at 580-334-0217.
People investing in people. That's what they're all about at Great Plains Bank, because life isn't a transaction, it's a journey, and on that journey, we're greater together. Great Plains Bank has locations in your local area because they're here to serve you. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Matthew.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just need you to listen to me.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me. And believe it or not, they really do make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for talking and preparing me for what's ahead.
Thanks, Mom, for never giving up and always being my biggest fan.
Thank you for letting me know what you expect, so I can try to meet your expectations.
Thank you for talking.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
March of Dimes March for Babies is going virtual. Join March for Babies Step Up. Use our new Step Counting app and participate in virtual fundraising challenges. Sign up at marchforbabies.org.
Think your child might have swallowed the wrong medication, gotten into your household products, had a reaction to a bite or a sting? Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Well, we're back to Bethany Stu Stadium. We're supposed to have the interview with Coach Rick Luchin, but we're having some technical difficulties with that. So let's talk about the Bethany Broncos. Their head coach, John Arthur, is 0-2 on the year. They were 11-1 last year. Lost to Wagner in the second round of the playoffs, 21-14. In his fourth year as head coach is John Arthur. 14 years total here at Bethany. 8 years as the defensive coordinator. You look at the team here, partner. 65 rushing yards a game, 236.5 passing through a game. They've got 9 turnovers. So they are not injury prone. They are turnover prone as well.
Well, when you face John Marshall and Jones to start the season, it's going to be tough no matter what to not turn the ball over a couple of times. But, you mentioned earlier about the youth of this Bethany team, and that's part of it, right? I mean, we saw that on our side with Woodward last week. Sometimes ball security can be a thing. So both of these teams here coming into tonight going to try to get in the groove early. For Woodward, we know that Gray Adams, quarterback here for Bethany, is going to be slinging it. I mean, averaging 236 a game there against 2 good defenses in Jones and John Marshall. So got to look out for that. And they've got some weapons, all over the place, whether it's Peyton Toll, the big 6'7", 240-pound senior. I mean, Brock, that's size that you don't see very often in high school football. So it's going to really be on the Woodward secondary and linebackers to figure out how to cover him.
They run a spread offense, but they're going to use the tight end some. They're going to put Tolley out in tight end or at receiver. They'll move him around. He's a big weapon. Defensively, they're a 4-2-5. They're young in the secondary, though. Their strengths of their team, they return 3 starters on offense and 3 starters on defense. Senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman Alex Millspaw, 3-year starter. Junior wide receiver quarterback Joe Malaska. Started on both sides of the ball last season. Senior defensive end Peyton Tolley, like I said, he's a monster at 6'7", 240. All 3 provide a good nucleus for this team, particularly on that defensive line. I asked Coach Arthur what he's seen from his team first 2 games of the year. He said, we're going through a process of growth at this time with 17 new starters on both sides of the ball, including a good number of sophomores. Got talented players on the field, but they have very little varsity experience as they had a super talented senior class from a year ago, and kids are working each day to improve and gaining experience each time on the field. So that's a little bit about Bethany, and like I said, they're a very young team but talented team. Can't take this team lightly, especially this football program as a whole under John Arthur.
Right, and this is a team and a program that has been around. These seniors, they've seen success. They understand what it takes to get there. So even in their years where they may start out a little slow and they're trying to fill some holes, fill some gaps, they don't necessarily rebuild. They reload, right? That's what the best programs do. So this is one of those programs at Bethany that's going to do that. You're going to have to be on your toes if you're the Boomers, no matter what tonight, because they're going to throw a lot of different things at you.
Yeah, so with that, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the Woodward Boomers and talk about your starting lineups. Got about 15 minutes and change. So we're going to take a break. You're listening to Boomer Football on Z92.
Craving a classic patty? There's only one place that can satisfy your hunger with 100% beef at a price you can't beat. Get your DQ fix today. 13th and Main, the home of Woodward's very own Dairy Queen, with drive-through curbside delivery or call-in orders available. Great ways to get your DQ fix today. Check our Facebook page for specials or call 580-256-2397 to place an order. Monday through Thursday from 10 to 9 and 10 to 10 on Friday and Saturday. Get your DQ fix today.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak. Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
For the safety of students, families, and teachers, schools across our country are closing.
School closures can have significant and lasting consequences, particularly for vulnerable students who may face hunger, homelessness, and even trauma.
That's where our organization, Communities in Schools, can help. For years, we've had caring adults inside schools helping these students stay in school.
Now, we are taking our work beyond the school walls. Our caring adults are delivering meals, providing household supplies, connecting kids with online classrooms, and using technology to maintain the one-on-one relationships we know can transform the lives of students and their families.
Communities and schools, going wherever we are needed, doing whatever it takes to empower students to succeed in school and in life.
To see how you can help kids succeed, visit communitiesinschools.org.
My mother was very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign and she wasn't even really sure where she was at.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
And welcome back to Bethany Stadium. Brock Campbell, we've got the National Anthem concluding right now, and there we go. National Anthem is performed by the Bethany High School Marching Band, and since we didn't have the interview, we had some technical difficulties, which I'll kind of paraphrase what I talked to Coach Lucien about. We talked about those 5 turnovers last week in the loss, Tyler, but he basically said we can't dwell on those, and we can't make that an excuse if we have a bad ball game. We can't really make that one of the, I don't know, the main things that we really focus on. Can't dwell on it. He acknowledged it, and I asked him if there was anything they did to prepare for that and get better at that in practice. But he really was quickly to say, no, we don't want to really dwell on that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like having the quarterback mentality, right? You just worry about the next day, the next drive, the next practice, whatever. Just kind of get away from it. It's a fixable issue. We know that, and I'm sure we'll see that tonight because one thing as a high school player, you know, especially if you're a skill position, whether you're a senior or freshman, the one thing you don't want to do is be part of the turnover problem. So if they didn't focus on it in practice, I know the players probably had some mental reps at home or, you know, who knows at school. I mean, we've heard all sorts of stories over the years. I remember the story about Adrian Pearson way back in the day where they made him carry around that football right up tucked tight for an entire summer everywhere he went.
Blues.
So
that wasn't Varsity Blues. That was the program.
There you go.
That did that. So, and then we also talked about, you know, those 5 turnovers. Even though we had those 5 turnovers, was the message to your team was like, look, guys, we're still in the ball game. If we alleviate a couple of those, you see what we could do down the field, and we could come back from a big deficit. That had to be a good punch to the gut to your team and good confidence builder going into this game.
Oh, no doubt about it. And we just talked about. We talked about the coaches show, really. If you could harness that momentum now and what you were able to accomplish in that fourth quarter, I mean, not only the defense will shut down the entire game, really. I mean, despite the 26 points let up, that was more so just because of the situations rather than the defense collapsing, really. So if you can bring that same defensive performance and really just get clicking a bit more like you were in the fourth quarter on offense to start the game here tonight, it's going to be a successful night here for the Boomers.
And we also talked about how important it was in the trenches tonight to win the war at on the offensive line and the defensive line, because you have Alex Millspaw and you got Tolley on those defensive ends that are going to crash in, and also you want to win the line of scrimmage on the offensive side because you want to run the ball a little bit more than you did last week. But he was quick to say, yeah, it's important tonight, but it's important every night. But he was quick to say, yeah, we have some opportunities to run the ball tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little bit in the game night preview over there on K101, just the defensive set that the Broncos bring. They really trust their down linemen, so you're going to see 3, maybe 4 down linemen. Now, Brock, is what that opens up for the Boomers is right in between the tackles.
Right.
And when I say right in between the tackles, folks, I'm talking the left and right hips of your center, because it's typically you're going to have a nose guard and 2 ends to work with. So that's the gaps you want to run through, which for the Boomers can be, we've seen it last year, can be a real strength of this offense. Even though it's a spread system this year, they're still going to use those same concepts. So something that you definitely want to take advantage of, and especially on early downs, Brock. I mean, you've got to set yourself up for a 2nd and short, a 3rd and short, to stick together some really good drives.
And then he talked about keys to the game. You got to limit turnovers, obviously. We've got to run the ball, and we've just got to play clean football tonight against a team that's really hungry for a win.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This team knows that Bethany's going to come in looking to prove that, hey, we're 0-2, but we're still in this thing. I mean, we talked about earlier just how tough John Marshall and Jones are. So it's not like they faced pushovers, and so the results definitely can be misleading from those first two games. And Bethany, home opener, or excuse me, not home opener, but home game here, you want to come out, you want to perform, and not let this one up. So the Boomers are going to have to be on their A game.
And we're going to quickly go through the starting lineups. First for the visiting Boomers on offense. Quarterback, it's going to be Sam Cheap getting the nod tonight, number 3. Number 30, the running back, Nash Hunter. Wide receiver, number 2, Zach Chavez. Wide receiver, number 1, Taylon Laird. Wide receiver, Max Cheap. At wide receiver, also Leighton Phillips. Your left tackle, Kenyon Lanham. Left guard, Landon Phillips. Center, Hunter Harrison. Right guard, Damon Chavez. And right tackle, Zane Zamarco. On the defensive side of the ball, defensive ends, Kenyon Lanham. Nose guard, Ethan Matt gets the call there. Defensive tackle, Zane Zamarco. Star linebacker, Paul Sullivan will get in that slot tonight. Mike linebacker, Nash Hunter. And the weak side linebacker, Wyatt Pope. Quarterbacks, Aaron Friday and Max Cheap. Strong safety, Taylon Laird. And free safety, Zach Chavez. And getting the nod at the nickelback is freshman Cole Parker. So that's the starting lineups for the Boomers. Quickly for the Broncos.
Starting at quarterback for them on offense here is going to be number 5, Gray Adams. And then at fullback, you have number 9. And how about this name? Ebby Lichtenberg.
Lichtenberg,
thank you. That's a tongue twister there for sure. At tailback, you got number 21, Jaden Gillen. And then at the wide receiver spots, you got Peyton Tolley. You got Jared Malaska, and you got Joe Malaska, so the brothers there trying to get it done. And on the line, you have left tackle Nolan Johnson, left guard Alex Millspaw, center Jack Griffin, right guard Braxton Roberts, and right tackle Tyler Gardner. And then at the tight end, you also see Peyton Tolley there as well. So on to the Bethany Broncos defense here, starting on that defensive line. We've got defensive end Tyler Gardner. You have nose guard Jack Griffin. You have defensive tackle Alex Millspaw again there. And at the other defensive end spot, Peyton Tolley, who's going to be, if you haven't figured it out, probably all over the place here for Bethany. And then at the linebacker spots, you're going to have Ebby Lichtenberg. I'll get it out there. Lichtenberg there at the weak side linebacker. At the middle linebacker, you got Isaiah Carpitcher. And then at the weak safety, you got Carter Fouts. And then in the secondary here, you have Jared Malaska, Kale Wetwiska. Goodness, they're trying to get me tonight. At the strong safety, you got Woods Harrell. And then at the other corner there, you got Joe Malaska. So that's the Bethany Broncos defense.
And that's your starting lineups for tonight. We got 6 minutes and change. We're going to take our final timeout. We'll come back to the keys to the game and the opening kickoff as your Woodward Boomers are visiting the Bethany Broncos here in Bethany. And this is Boomer Football on Z92.
Getzinger Abstract and Title Company, 848 Main in downtown Woodward, has been serving Northwest Oklahoma for over 80 years. Family owned and operated with dependability you can trust with all your real estate closing, title, and abstract needs. Call Getzinger Abstract and Title. When you want the best pricing and no gimmicks on office supplies, furniture, electronics, and gifts, do yourself a favor and stop by Divine Stationery and Radio Shack in Woodward at 2121 Oklahoma Avenue or call 580-256-7040. Serving Northwest Oklahoma for 80 years.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Grammer. Wounded Warrior Project supports injured veterans by connecting them with fellow warriors, by serving them through mental health and wellness programs, and by empowering them to live on their own terms. No one should face a battle alone. Join us at woundedwarriorproject.org.
I'm Ben Affleck, and I want to thank you for joining me and supporting Paralyzed Veterans of America. Our vets need you.
I'm a quadriplegic. I'm definitely at risk with my diminished lung capacity.
I have MS. I'm in a wheelchair, and I can't leave the house because I have a compromised immune system.
I'm very concerned about, would there be a bed for me? Would there be a ventilator for me? Would I be able to survive something?
It's just heavy. You know, it's a heavy moment. This is a war. This really is.
Our veterans fought for us. Let's fight for them.
I am so grateful for the PVA. They're making sure that we have all of the food and supplies that we need right now.
We all got to help each other right now. We can't get through this by ourselves.
It's with profound gratitude that you're going to be saving our lives. To find out how you can help, please go to helppva.org. That's HELPPVA.org.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
And welcome back to Bethany SNU Stadium here in Bethany, Oklahoma. Brock Campbell, he's Tyler Riggs, along with Boomer TV and Dakota Wagner. And let's go over, we'll get to him in just a minute. Let's go over the matchups this week in 5A2. It's Woodward, of course, here at Bethany. Piedmont taking on Putnam City North across the way, across town. Not very far from us, maybe 10 blocks.
Are neighbors you can trust to complete your roofing project, offering gimmick-free service, reasonable rates, and quality workmanship guaranteed. Now commercially endorsed by the state of Oklahoma, serving Northwest Oklahoma since 1991. Call Moore's Roofing at 580-994-5417.
Have you mixed your pain meds, your sleep meds, your allergy meds? Call the Poison Helpline. Has your child eaten a tube of toothpaste, a chip of paint, a wild mushroom? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you been bitten by a spider, a snake, an insect? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. At Children International, we know that the journey to end poverty for good begins with a child. Learn more at children.org.
And welcome back to Bethany, Oklahoma. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs, SNU Bethany Stadium here in the campus, well, not the campus, in the city of Bethany, Oklahoma. We're off campus for Bethany and SNU. And we were talking about the matchups in 5A2. Bishop McGinnis, the Battle of the Bishops. Yeah. They're going to take on Kelly. That's a number 4, this number 2 matchup over in Tulsa. Number 1 Collar Albert taking on number 4 Del City. That's a big rivalry. Your Blue Jays, number 10, taking on Duncan down the way. Guyman is at Elk City, and Altus got killed by Lawton Eisenhower last night, 52-0. Western Heights, of course, canceled until district, and hopefully they can get going for some district play. So with that, let's talk about the keys to the game. We got 2 minutes to change.
For your car, don't compromise. Michelin passenger tires strive to deliver outstanding safety, long tread life, and excellent fuel efficiency. Plus, they're famous for delivering a quiet, comfortable ride and precision handling to help ensure optimum safety for you and your passengers. Outfit your car with tires that deliver everything. Ask about Michelin tires. High Plains Tire has the right set of Michelin tires for whatever you drive. See us today. Specific performance may vary by tire model.
And welcome back to Bethany Stadium. We're having some technical difficulties tonight, so we apologize. Let's talk about the keys to the game, Tyler, as we got about a minute change before this one gets underway.
Well, you know, we mentioned a lot here in the pregame. You just got to play a clean game. You got to make sure you put together drives. Use the advantage of knowing that you're going to have a chance to run the ball tonight to get you some early good yards here on first and second down. Set yourself up for easy third down conversions or second down conversions.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously you got to maintain the turnover battle. You got to limit the turnovers. You cannot give any more chances to this young but talented Bethany Broncos team. And also, you got to win the war up front tonight. It's important every game, but it's really important tonight because you have to use the run to set up the pass tonight.
Oh yeah, and well, you know, with this offensive line, we know we got Kenyon Lanham down there, the senior leader. He'll get them fired up. He'll get them going. I think that fourth quarter really kind of woke our offensive line as to, you know, what they needed to be to give, you know, whether it's Sam or White, whoever's back there, time to throw, and of course for Nash to help him set up some nice runs.
And Bethany just came out from their tunnel. They are now hitting the field. Here come the Boomers on the far side, and we got a nice crowd from Woodward tonight coming the 2.5 hour drive down from Boomerland.
Well, it's a nice night to be out here.
Gorgeous night.
Simulcast air just under 70 degrees.
69.
So nice 69 for sure. And, I mean, it's good football weather, although it's middle of September, so it's a little odd here in Oklahoma to have this type of cold temps, but we'll take it.
And we have to give a shout-out to the Bethany folks here. They've set us up with a primo spot. We're right at the 45. I'm standing on the 45, and you're standing on the 40. And we've got this nice press box. We've got air conditioning.
Yeah.
And we've got a gorgeous new turf surface here that the Crimson Storm from Southern Nazarene has put down. It's pretty new. It's been here for about 5-6 years, and it's still in great condition. And boy, it feels good when you're walking on it down there. And I know the kids are going to love playing on another turf surface as we get started in just a minute. Bethany's going to receive, so the Boomers won the toss and they deferred. So they're going to be kicking from your right to your left on your radio dial. Boomers are across the way on the far sideline. Bethany right in front of us. Got a good home crowd filing in, too, as well. Got social distancing going on. You got some mask areas over here. You know, it is a requirement in the metro area for masks. Kickoff from his own 40. Kicking from, like I said, right to the left. So south to the north end. And he gets the whistle in play. He approaches the kick, and he puts a boot into it. It's a high, short kick. It's going to be a no man's land. Going to hit about the 15. Going to be taken about the 15. Across the 15, 20, 25. Still going, 30. And he's going to be dump trucking out of bounds about the 34-yard line. So Bethany will set up shot 1st and 10 from their own 34.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good return right there by Jaden Gillen, the running back, sophomore tailback. Brock. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds, so he's got a good frame on him for being a young sophomore there.
So Bethany will come out. Gray Adams will be the quarterback, 6'3", 180-pound senior. He's 23 of 52 in the air, 473 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, but he's also got 4 interceptions.
Yep.
And he brings the troops out to the line of scrimmage. He's got 2 receivers going to the far side, 1 to the near. It's going to be a kind of a split back set. Actually, they're going to split him in the shotgun formation. Got 2 running backs on either side of him. Gets a snap. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to take the RPO on the other side. He's around the 35, going to be tackled at about the 38-yard line. Give him 4 yards in the pickup, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Broncos.
Yeah, just a good job there by the Boomers. Strung that one out a bit. That could have been a huge gainer because it was a great fake there by Adams, and good job by them to fast flow to him and only limit it to 5 yards.
Quickly they get to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the near side. 1 back set flanked on the right side of Adams in the shotgun. And a Boomer just jumped. That's going to be a free 5 yards for the Broncos. It's going to be 2nd. Actually, that'll give him a 1st down and 10.
Yeah.
Moves it to the Boomer. Actually, to the Bethany, 44-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Broncos there as Bethany, the Broncos. The Boomers. Good grief, just gave him a free 5 yards. So Adams back in the shotgun. Same formation. Gets a snap. He's going to roll to pitch to his right. Pitches to Gilliland over here on the right side. Nice tackle from behind. That's Nash Hunter. He gets to midfield, though, so he gets 6 yards on the play, bringing 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, that's a old school speed option right there. I say old school, meaning that's an old school iteration in the spread. I mean, nowadays with the RPO, it just seems ancient, but yeah, a little speed option there, but Nash Hunter, of course, never feels good when you got old Nash on top of you right there.
So quickly to the line of scrimmage. They go no huddle. 1 receiver to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set behind Gray Adams under center now. Receiver goes in motion, gets a snap. He's going to hand it to Gilliland. He's going to be hit in the backfield, gets around in 1 tackler, and then spins up close to the Boomer 46-yard line. It's going to be about a yard short. Call it 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Broncos.
Yeah, good job there again by Nash Hunter, and then Cole Parker coming over the top to stop him short. Big 3rd down here. I mean, it would be a nice get if you could go ahead and make a strong stand.
Boy, I'm looking at Tully right now, and he's just a monster over there on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Good grief.
Definitely has some big size to him.
3rd down and 1, probably less than 1 for the Broncos. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Adams going to be in the shotgun formation. Receiver comes in motion, gets a snap. He's going to fake it to him. Going to take RPO himself across the 45, falls forward to almost the 40, giving him the 41-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down, Broncos, as they move into Boomer territory at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, the Broncos right now, Brock, are just really using that misdirection to their advantage. I mean, you're seeing them motion somebody almost every play, whether it's going or another one of the weapons out there. So
not sexy.
Not sexy, but it's getting them consistent yards,
right.
And that's what you need to form a drive.
So 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the Boomers' 42-yard line. Receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side, 1 back set, flanked on the left side now of Gray Adams in the shotgun. He barks out the signals. Got the receiver in motion to the left side, gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to Gilliland, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped by Nash Hunter at the 45.
Oh, big old Nash. You need to form a drive.
So 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the Boomers.
By that Boomer defensive line as well to use the proper stunts to get him a shot at that, and Nash took advantage of it and just Gillen, I think, there wasn't used to being dragged down so quickly because we mentioned he's got a solid frame to him, and Nash met him there right in the backfield.
Loss of 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 14 for Broncos. 2 receivers the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set, right side of Gray Adams in the shotgun. He's barking out the signals, gets a snap. He's looking to pass. He's going to pass over there left side. It's complete, but, man, he is walloped as he gets the ball and give him about 3 yards. But, man, he got lit up, and I think that was Max Cheap over there on the left
yes,
or the right side.
Max doing what we talked to him on the coaches show, and he, about being a defensive back, and Brock, he did it right there. Translated for basketball, just shadowing his man and being stuck right to him.
4 yards on the play, 3rd and 10, and he's – that receiver has to come out that just got lit up. That was number 32.
33.
That was Joe Malaska.
Yep.
So 3rd down and 10 upcoming for the Broncos at the Boomer 42-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near. Gray Adams gets a shotgun snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's under pressure. Still under pressure, trying to get out. He's not going to get out of there. He's going to be sacked back at the 49-yard line. 4th down and long, and Boomers hold.
I think it was Nash Hunter that got in, and again, him or Ethan, Matt there. Matt, we noted in the coaches show, Brock, moved him to nose guard this week.
Junkyard, dog.
Yeah, and he definitely has more of a linebacker body, but for as small as he is, he gets after it at that nose guard spot. Really created that pressure early on. Great job by the Boomer defense.
4th down and long for the Broncos, and they'll punt, and back to receive is Zach Chavez. 7:29 to go in the first quarter. No score. The Boomers just held as Bethany does get the ball into Boomer territory, but the Boomers defense stiffens up, as we saw last week on the first drive of the game as well.
Bend, but don't break.
Here's the punt. Nope, it's going to be a fake. Now it's going to be soccer style. It's going to high punt. It's going to go out of bounds, probably around the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. They're going to give it to him. So 1st and 10 for the Boomers at the 17. We'll keep her right here, and that punt was by Brendan Huey. He's averaging, probably about 44 yards a punt, I believe, if I remember right in my research. And he pins the Boomers down at the 17, and that's where they're going to start out. Sam Cheat coming to take the reins at quarterback today. He gets the nod to start the ball game, and he'll bring the troops out for the first drive of the ball game.
Yeah, and I got to say that punt there by Bethany, a nice rugby-style punt,
yes.
And really pinpoint accuracy. So the Boomers are going to have their work cut out for them here.
So Sam Cheat brings it to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter on the right side of him in the shotgun. Receiver goes into motion. That's Chavez. Now he sets back in the backfield. Now give it to Nash Hunter over here on the left side. He goes nowhere. He gets undercut at the 15-yard line, loses 2 yards, brings up 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, and just Nash tried to explore that space to the outside, but we talked about it. You really, if you really want to get to this Bethany Bronco team, you're going to have to go straight up the gut a couple of times, try to establish that inside zone.
And you think that they went over technique this week? That defender went low on Nash and just undercut his legs. 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Boomers. 2 receivers now stacked on each side of the line of scrimmage, 2 on each side. 1 back set. Shotgun is Sam Cheap. Gets a snap. He's going to take it himself over there on the right side. He's going to go nowhere as well. No gain as he gets tackled at the 15-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 12 upcoming for the Boomers.
Yeah, Sam made the right read there, but Peyton Tolley was the one that made Sam keep it, and then Bethany had sent the edge blitz as well to kind of counteract the keep, and it worked to perfection.
6:09 first quarter and counting. No score. Boomers have it at their own 14-yard line. They lost a yard, so brings up 3rd down and 13. So the Boomers break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter in the backfield on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun formation. Now he's going to switch over to, nope, he's going to stay on the right side. He gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking under pressure. He's going to throw. He hits as he's thrown. He gets it complete over there on the right side. I think that's Zach Chavez. He gets to, he probably gets about 4 yards in the play, but that's going to bring up about 4th and 9 for the Boomers. They're going to have to punt.
Yeah, it was cheap to cheap actually on that
cheap.
one. Yeah, but nice little play, but on 3rd and long, you're going to need a little bit more than that. I like the idea, though, trying to get Max into some space there, and unfortunately the defender was stuck right to him.
We'll get to Dakota here in a minute. I neglected him. My fault. 6:12 or 5:11 to go in the first quarter. Now it's going to be, it looks like it might be a fake, but gets the punt off. They're going to take it to the 45. He's got a lot of room. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Still going. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bethany. 55-yard punt return for a touchdown, and Bethany's on the board 6-0.
As Joe Malaska, they let him fill it on the bounce, and he just had a lot of space to work with. The punt was, the idea was to keep it a bit low and try to get a good roll out of it, but just didn't quite work out, and Alaska had the blockers in front of him.
Yeah, Max was trying. It looked like he might do a fake punt. He took a while to punt the ball, and he got a little too cute and outkicked his coverage, really, and he had a wall by him. Really not a wall. He had all green on the right side of the sideline and took it down and scored, basically untouched. 6-0 Broncos on top, 4:54 to go in the first quarter. They will line up for the point after attempt. Kicking the point after attempt for the Broncos is Dax Jaggers, the junior. Snap back, ball down, kick is on the way. It's high and long, and it is good. And with 4:54 to go in the first quarter, it's Bethany drawing first blood. 7-0 over the Boomers. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Okay.
And welcome back to Bethany Stadium. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs. 7-0 Bethany on top as we have 4:54 left in the first quarter. And 55-yard punt return by Joe Malaska down the right sideline, basically untouched. And now the Boomers got to respond here. We saw them get punched in the gut last week. They responded nicely. So we'll see what the response is on this kickoff. Dax Jaggers to kick off for the Broncos. Get ready to kick from his own 40 from the left to your right on your radio dial. North to south. Back deep is Zach Chavez. Approaches the ball, puts a boot into it. It's a high kick right down the center of the field. Chavez is going to take it about the 10. Gets to the 15, to the 20. Angles up across the middle of the field to the 25. Falls forward to maybe the 27, and that's where they're going to set up shop. 1st and 10 for the Boomers at their own 27.
Yeah, and Dakota, if you're down there on that sideline.
Yeah, Dakota, what's going on?
What was the emotion there after kind of that punt return? What was the message maybe from the coaches?
They just seemed like they were not happy with it.
Anything from, coaches down there in terms of some adjustments?
I mean, they were just telling their guys really where to go and do a better job about it.
Thank you, sir.
And back to action as we break the huddle. Sam Cheap brings the troops out for their second drive. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Now Hunter flanks Sam Cheap on the left side now. Sam's in the shotgun. There's a legal. It's going to be an offside. Bethany, that's going to be a free 5 yards for the Boomers, I believe. Yes, dead ball, offside, and that will be 1st and 5 for the Boomers.
Not a bad way to start out a drive. Getting free yards, you'll take that.
Oh, any day of the week, yes. As they get it across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 1st down and 5 for the Boomers at their own 33. 4:49 to go in the first quarter. Bethany leads 7-0. 2 receivers, actually 3 to the far side, 1 to the near. 1 back set. That's Hunter on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion. Going to be handoff to Nash Hunter. Up the middle. Big boy goes across the 45-40. Still dragging and gets to the 50-yard line. A big gain and a 1st down for the Boomers.
And how about that stiff arm, too, there by Nash? Had 4 or 5 guys on him, was still trying to throw people off of him. Big rumble there by the big man.
I think Nash had a little bit of a come-to-Jesus meeting with himself because he wasn't going down until he got a good chunk of yardage up to the 49-yard line. That's a 16-yard gain and a 1st down for the Boomers. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. That's Hunter on the right side of Cheap in the shotgun once again. 4 men down for Bethany on the defense. Gets a snap. He's going to roll to his right, still looking. He's going to fire over there. Is it incomplete? It is incomplete. It hit the ground. Intended for, it looks like
Max
that was
Cheap.
Max Cheap, yes. The 2nd down and 10 for the Boomers.
As that same little out route they threw on 3rd and long on the last drive that was successful for some good yardage this time. Unfortunately for Sam and Max, coverage was really tight on Max, so it was tough for him to adjust and get down in there and secure that ball.
And so to be 2nd down and 10 for the Boomers. upcoming with 4:12 to go first quarter. Bethany leads 7-0. 3 receivers now again to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun once again. 4 down linemen. Receiver comes in motion for the Boomers. Now sets in behind the line of scrimmage. Now it's going to be Sam Cheap over there on the right side and the RPO. Then angles back up to center of the field. Gets a couple yards, maybe 4. We'll call it 3rd down and 6, maybe 7 upcoming for the Boomers.
Not a bad little play there on 2nd and 10. See if you could explore that space up the gut like we talked about and get some yards. And he secured 5 nice ones. So this is that spot you want to be, Brock. 3rd and 5 or less, really it sets you up for an optimal chance to put together some drives.
So 3rd down and 7 upcoming for the Boomers. 3:38 to go in the first quarter. Stacked receivers on both sides. Back to pass to Sam Cheap's going to fire over here to the left side. It's complete, but boy, hit immediately. I mean, immediately was Zach Chavez, and he got maybe a yard. Call it a 4th down and 5 upcoming for the Boomers.
Yeah, that was Jared Malaska just firing in there as soon as Zach got on top of it. Zach usually pretty good about making people miss in space, but he had no opportunity right there.
4th down and 5 for the Boomers. Looks like they might go for it, maybe not.
They're discussing.
They are going to go for it. It's going to be 4th and 5 for the Boomers at the Bethany 46-yard line. So big of a gamble here to start the game in the first quarter. 2:56 to go. Boomers are going to break the huddle. 4th down and 5. Zach Chavez limping over there on the right side. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the right side of Sam Cheap. Sam's in the shotgun. They're going to try and draw him offside. That's what they're doing. There's the timeout for the Boomers, as now I think they're probably going to punt. Here in just a minute, they will punt. So we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take our final timeout of the quarter. Boomers trail 7-0. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Dr. Christy Mosley at 9th Street Vision Clinic is a family practice providing glaucoma and cataract management, contact lenses, designer frames, plus 1-hour service on most single vision glasses. Call 254-5060 or stop by 1602 9th Street in Woodward.
Whether full service or do-it-yourself, the Triple Clean Car Wash has what you want. Located at 1121 26th Street in Woodward, the Triple Clean Car Wash is open.
To Bethany Stadium, Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs, as we are getting ready to punt the ball once again. 2:42 to go in the quarter. Boomers trail 7-0, and let's see if we can get a little bit better punt coverage here. Maybe not kick it to Joe Malaska this time. I don't know, but we'll see what Coach Rick Luchin has up his sleeve here.
Well, I think that was the plan of the last time, just try to give him a dribbler that was going to be tough to be able to work with, but it just didn't work out that way for the Boomers. So if I'm Max here or if I'm Coach, I'm trying to maybe pin him into a corner as much as you can. So if it goes a little bit short compared to what you wanted it, that's okay. You just don't want to give Joe Malaska another chance. I wouldn't be after that one.
Yeah, so as 4th and 5 comes for the Boomers as they break the huddle, Max Cheap. Actually, they're going to go for it. 4th and 5. They're going to go for it. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the right side. I don't think Bethany expected them to go for it, but Sam Cheap is in the shotgun. Gets a snap. He's going to roll to his right, looking to pass. He's still looking. He's going to fire long. He's got a receiver over there. It's caught! And it's caught at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, roll Lion. Boomers, it scores, and it's 7-6. And I think that's Zach Chavez.
That's Max Cheap.
Nash Hunter on the right side. I don't think Bethany expected them to go for it, but Sam Cheap is in the shotgun. Gets a snap. He's going to roll to his right, looking to pass. He's still looking. He's going to fire long. He's got a receiver over there. It's caught! And it's caught at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, roll Lion. Boomers, it scores, and it's 7. On the road, a dart from Cheap to Cheap over there on the far side of the field, and Max Cheap just goes high and gets it, high points it, and just walks in for the score. And that was a 46-yard touchdown pass from Sam Cheap. Snap back, ball down, kick is on the way. It's high and long and good. Daniel Pinker ties the score. It's 7-7 with 2:33 to go in the first quarter, and I think we're out of breaks for the first quarter, so we'll keep it right here. But what a call by Coach Luchin and the staff on 4th and 5 at the Bethany 46-yard line.
Well, not only that, it's a statement call. It's saying, hey, we're going to get out to a fast start. We're going to take chances to keep up with this Bethany team because, like we saw with Cleveland last year and like we saw with Weatherford, some of those teams that we know are just thoroughbred programs like you got here in Bethany, you've got to go toe-to-toe with them. You've got to get out there and set the tempo to say, hey, we're going to play with you the entire game.
Yeah, so it's 7-7. What a response from that punt return for a touchdown. And it was one of those things that, like I said, before the play was called, Bethany, I don't think thought we were going to go for it on 4th and 5. I don't think they were ready defensively for that coverage. I'm surprised they didn't take a timeout right there.
Yeah, well, and it was one of those deals where kudos to the coaching staff here, Coach Lucha and them, for really thinking about it, taking that time out to discuss and, confirm, hey, this is a interesting spot for us. What's going to be the play, right? The play selection is definitely the important part of that, and, boy, did they find a nice one.
Daniel Pinker to kick off from his own 40. Now we're tied at 7-all. He's kicking from the south to the north. He'll kick off to Malaska, and I think it might be both Malaskas. There's the kickoff. It's a high kick. It's going to be taken over there about the 8-yard line, crosses the 10, 15, angles over there left side. It's got a hole again, 30, 35, 40, 45, and it's finally drugged down around midfield. Call it the 49-yard line. Great field position for the Broncos. And was that Malaska again?
That was Braylon Ketchum there. He's one of their other running backs, sophomore, another big frame, 6'1", 165. And, him and Malaska back there seem to be a dangerous duo. But Brock on that scoring drive for the Boomers. Officially 6 plays, 72 yards, and took 2 minutes, 16 seconds off the clock. So very efficient drive. A couple of big plays, obviously. The Nash Hunter run that sprung for 16 yards, and then the big pass to
Dakota, quickly, what was the sideline like on that 46-yard touchdown pass from Chief to Chief?
I mean, Max said that he didn't expect that he could get to the end zone because he thought he was about to get drugged down, but all the guys were pretty happy down here.
For sure.
2:25 to go first quarter. 7-7. 2 receivers on the far side, 3 to the near for the Bethany Broncos. Gray Adams all by him lonesome in the backfield. He's going to throw down the right side to big Peyton Tolley. And nice tackle, but there's going to be a flag. That's going to be a holding or a block in the back. That's going to bring back the Broncos. But that was a nice tackle in space. Was that Aaron Friday?
I think it was getting down there on top of it. So great job. Because Peyton Tolley, folks,
6'7", 240.
All of 6'7", 240. Definitely. I mean, it looks like Jimmy Graham or somebody like that's out there right now just on the field. So definitely a great tackle. Let's see what this call is.
It's going to be on Bethany because he threw the flag right where the block was made. And I don't know if they made the indication or not.
Yeah, they picked it up. Yeah, they waved it off. So interesting there. I think it would have maybe been that block in the back like you were talking about, but they had the discussion and said, didn't quite see enough there.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 7, pick up a 3. So empty formation once again. Gray Adams in the shotgun for the Broncos. He's back to pass. He's going to throw over there on the left side. Almost picked off, but batted down.
Incomplete,
And incomplete and batted down by Wyatt Pope at his linebacker's position. He came up and read the eyes of, he's a quarterback. Yeah, he's going to read some eyes. He knows how to do that, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7 upcoming for the Broncos.
Another chance here for the Boomers to stand tall. How about Wyatt Pope? We talked about with Coach Luch and having the luxury of 2 quarterbacks you could trust to play at any point, mainly because these guys are good enough athletes that they're both going to contribute if they're not at quarterback. Obviously, Pope being a linebacker, Sam could go split out wide out if he needs to.
It's 3rd and 7. Wyatt Adams in the shotgun, running back flanked on the left side of him. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. It's going to be a speed option over there on the left side. He breaks the first tackle. He's got the first down. Does Gilliland. Boy, somebody who missed the tackle. Was that Kenyon Lanham, I think?
No, that was Cole Parker. Had come from over the top and had a good shot at him, and Cole was really upset with himself after that one. He knows he had the chance right there to make a big play, but the youngin' got to at least give him credit for being in the right spot. But, yeah, it's a little bit of a tough first down there.
1st down and 10 for Bethany at the Woodward 39-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. Now under center is Gray Adams. Gets a snap. He's going to hand it off to Gilliland over the left side. Big hole across 35, 30, and then knocked out of bounds as he gets across the 30 to the 25. Give him the 25. 1st down and 10 for the Broncos at the Boomer 25-yard line.
Another big hole there. The Boomers got to figure out how to deal with the speed here by Bethany. We warned about in the pregame. This is a team that, despite being young, you're seeing a guy like Gilliland out there who's 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's going to come downhill.
Quickly go back to the shotgun, or actually under center, falling down, barely getting the handoff to Gilliland, and he goes nowhere. Boy, that was a play that was just it was dead to begin with. As Adams basically tripped over his center trying to block into him, and They lost 2 yards in the play, 2nd down and 12.
Well, we talk about the Bulldog there, Ethan Matt. I'm pretty sure he's the one that helped really blow that up, because as soon as that ball was snapped, the Bethany center there, Jack Griffin, was just blown back. That caused some big issues. So
under a minute to go, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Actually, 1 in the slot, 1 running back in the backfield. Boomers almost jumped. Actually, it's a wildcat. Nope. There's Gray Adams. He was hiding over there in the slot. They had a wildcat formation. Now he's going to be in the shotgun. Gets a snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Got a big hole. Still going, spinning, and not quite at the first down marker. Maybe a yard or 2 short. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Brings up a 3rd down and short upcoming for the Broncos.
Yeah, Brock, what I'm seeing by this Bethany Broncos line is that they're using, on top of that, some of the motion and some of the different sets they're going with here, they're just doing a little bit of inside trap or counter or whatever you want to call it, where you're getting some small pulls, and it's really opened up some big holes here.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. 7-7 as we're tied. Bethany is threatening. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nia Hurd-Garris with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Every year, hundreds of teens drown. If your teen hasn't learned to swim yet, it's never too late. Even if your teen is a strong swimmer, make sure to supervise kids of any age. No one should swim alone. Teach them to enter the water feet first, wear life jackets on a boat, and never use alcohol or drugs on the water. Drowning is preventable. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
And welcome back to Bethany. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs. Dakota down on the sidelines. What's the word as we switch to quarter number 2?
They need to get the guys down there as much as they can. They need to contain the guys as much as they can.
Gotcha. Dakota, having a little bit of issues with you there. Sorry about that. I think that wind's slapping a little bit, so we'll try to get that one fixed up. But, yeah, big 3rd and 1 here, Brock. Another chance for the Boomer defense to stand tall. Bethany in the red zone here. And if I was a bed man, I would imagine you're going to see Gilliland probably getting this ball here on 3rd and 1.
3rd down and actually 2. We'll call it 1.5. We'll split the difference. Gray Adams under center. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 back set. Boomers almost jumped again. Boy, whatever he's doing on that count is really making the Boomers jump. Have to be a little more disciplined. They didn't jump. Here's the snap. Gives the handoff to the running back on the left side. Spins. Has the first down. He's going to go down the sideline. 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Bethany. A 17-yard touchdown run. That was Gilliland around the left side, and Bethany is on the board again. 13-7 Broncos now.
Yeah, sure enough, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. They just go right to Gilliland, and he makes a big play. As a kid is really tough to take down. He runs low very well.
And he made something out of nothing. They had it kind of, squished up over here on the left side of the line of scrimmage, but, man, he made a spin move and just danced down the sideline for the 17-yard touchdown run. So Dax Jaggers in for the point after attempt. Bethany up 13-7, just underway, 2nd quarter, 11:53 to go. As they line up for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick is on the way. It's high and it's long, and it is good. With 11:53 to go in the 2nd quarter, Bethany leads the Boomers 14-7, and this is Boomer Football on Z92.
High Plains Technology Center's daytime career programs prepares high school students and adults for high-wage, high-skill, and high-demand careers. Career education at High Plains Technology Center could be your pathway to learn a trade that will last a lifetime. High school students can be workforce ready at graduation or earn college credit. Adults, call to see if you qualify for the Next Step Scholarship or for one of the many other financial aid resources that are available. Call High Plains Tech for more information or check out all the career programs at www.hptc.edu. High Plains Technology Center, turning education and training into workplace success.
Having repairs done in your apartment should never come with strings attached, like being harassed and constantly pressured for sexual favors.
My landlord told me my rent would be free if I gave him something in exchange.
The Fair Housing Act protects you from harassment by anyone associated with your housing, including someone making...
Welcome back to Bethany and Snoo Stadium. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs. 14-7, 11:53 to go before halftime. Bethany on top. Dax Jaggers to kick off from his own 40. Kicking from the south to the north. Waiting back deep is Zach Chavez. Approaches the ball. Puts a boot into it. It's a high kick right down the center of the field. Kind of angling to the left side. Or right side. Now Zach Chavez has it. 15, 20, 25. Falls forward and gets almost to the 29-yard line.
There's a flag on the field there.
That's almost 50 years.
And
we pride ourselves on our services. We offer household, commercial, and construction waste management and leave you with a mess-free environment. Harper Sanitation is fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Remember, when you need quality sanitation services from a local trusted company, choose Harper Sanitation. Come check us out online at harpersanitation.net or give us a call at 580-256-5835. You'll be glad you did.
And the penalty turned out to be against Bethany there, so that will give the Boomers some extra yards to work with here. Start them in a nice field position up near, about the 45, almost the 45.
And the Boomers will have it at their own, actually, was there a penalty? I didn't see a penalty.
Yeah, there was a flag there on Bethany.
Sorry, we were off on the commercial. Boomers have it at their own 43-yard line. Two receivers to the far side, two to the near, one back set, flanked on the left side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. That's Max Cheap. He's going to hand it off to Nash Hunter up the middle. He's going to bumble his way across the 45. Falls forward to about the 47-yard line, giving a pickup of 4 yards. Second down and 6 upcoming for the Boomers.
And that's the yardage you need there on first down. We've seen a couple, explosive runs here by the Boomers early in this game, but it hasn't been quite consistent for those 4 or 5 yard gains. So if you start stringing that together, these drives are going to get even easier going forward.
So second down and 6 upcoming for the Boomers. They break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set, flanked on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion to the right side. Cheap gets a snap. Going to hand it off again to Nash Hunter. Right side, big hole across midfield. He tries to leap over a defender, but he has the first down as he crosses the 45, maybe the 44. First down for the Boomers as he tried to use that athleticism and jump over a Bronco, but not quite there. But it is enough for the Boomer first down.
Yeah, tried to give us that hurdle preview right there, right? But how about old Landon Phillips right there on a little bit of the pull action, sitting the edge nice and solidly to open that hole for Nash Hunter. Good work there by the Boomer line.
Boomers break the huddle, 1st and 10 at the Bronco 46, down 14-7, 10:34 to go before halftime. 2 receivers the far side, 2 to the near. A 1 back set. Nash Hunter flanks on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He gets a snap. He's going to hand it back off to Nash Hunter. He breaks 1 tackle, still going on the left side, and he falls forward for maybe 4 yards. Boy, the first guy couldn't get him. The second guy hung on for dear life. And that brings up second down and about 6, call it, for the Boomers.
And just keep feeding the big man. Let him go to work here. This is where, if you're the Boomers, you want to take advantage of some better conditioning because we saw it last week in Clinton. The Boomers seem to be in better shape than the Red Tornadoes were, so you might get that scenario here in Bethany considering the opponents they faced first.
Second down and 7 upcoming for the Boomers, officially 3 yards. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. It's Nash Hunter again. Now taking a snap, rolling to his left. Sam Cheap's going to fire. He has a receiver. It's off his hands over there on the left side. Incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. That was going to be a tough catch, but great effort over there. And I think that was Zach Chavez.
It was, yeah. Trying to stretch out and get that one-hander almost, but couldn't quite reel it in. And for Sam, he tried to hang tight and make the throw, Brock. I mean, he had pressure on him. So it's a tough one to deliver accurately when you got pressure on you.
And give credit to Zach. He just kind of found the zone and set in the zone. It was just a tough play to make. So he's making the right reads as Chavez, and good passes by Sam Cheap. But 3rd down and 7 upcoming for the Boomers. They break the huddle. Going to have trips here to the near side, one to the far side, one back set. That's Nash Hunter on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. 3rd down and 7. And quickly a timeout. Coach Arthur runs down the sideline to get a call for a timeout. We're going to take one with him. 9:42 before halftime. It's 14-7. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
There are tires, then there are B.F. Goodrich tires. For the passionate driver, B.F. Goodrich light truck tires strive to deliver outstanding all-terrain traction, rugged dependability, a quiet highway ride, and the bold look you want for your rig. Don't just get tires that fit your truck, get tires that transform it. Ask about B.F. Goodrich light truck tires today. High Plains Tire has the expert tire service you need to take your car's performance to the next level. Specific performance may vary by tire model.
And welcome back to Bethany SNU Stadium. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs, 14-7. Bethany leads with 9:42 to go before halftime. Boomers have a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Can you hear a little bit of rumblings down there, what they might be calling here 3rd and 7, Dakota? Or to Dakota.
There he is. I think that there's probably going to be a pass. Maybe.
What are you calling out, Max? Here?
Taylor Laird.
Taylor Laird. Call. Okay, so we got trips to the to the near side, one to the far side. One back set. Nash Hunter flanks the right side of Sam Cheap. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to throw a little dump pass to Nash Hunter. He has it. He makes one man miss. He falls forward. He's going to be close to the first down, but it's going to be about a 4th and 1. And they brought the house, and they had a kind of a running back screen over there on the left side. Nicely played by the Bethany Broncos, but it's going to be 4th and short for the Boomers.
Well, and that was Alex Millspaw right there just tripping up Nash Hunter. That is tough. That is some.
If he didn't trip him up, he might
it's
be
an easy
gone.
or he might be gone. That's definitely a first down had he not got tripped up right there.
So 4th down, and we're going to call it 1. Less than 1 maybe. They break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion to the left side. He gets a snap. He's going to hand it off to Nash Hunter. He's going to try and drive. He drives those big legs across the 35, and that's enough for a first down for the Boomers.
Hey, sometimes it's a simple game. Just lower your head, keep the feet moving, and you get enough for the big first down.
You just saw those feet. Just, I think I can, and he did. And he had 2 Broncos basically on top of him, and that was Boomer pride right there, summer pride. That's what that does for you when you get out here in games. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. First down and 10 for the Boomers at the Bethany 34-yard line. Sam Cheap in the shotgun gets a snap. He's going to hand it again. No, he's going to fake it. He's going to throw over there on the left side. It's complete for a short gain. That's to Taylor Laird, I believe. Yes, it is, and he gets it up to, we're going to call it the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the play, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, not a bad little play right there. Just talk about those early yards, right? If you could average 4 yards a play, Brock, that's enough to string together a touchdown drive because that's get you consistent first downs.
I stand corrected. My partner was right. 4 yards on the play. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the right side of Sam Cheap. 7:54 to go, Winn County before halftime. Receiver goes in motion to the left side. Sam gets the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it off to Nash Hunter. He's hitting the backfield, spins a couple times, still going, and he gets across the 30-yard line to the 25. Boy, how did he come out of that pile? He is close to a first down. It's going to be about 3rd down and 1, or did they give him a first down?
Well, unfortunately, I think there was a penalty flag there on the Boomers.
I didn't see the flag.
It came right as the snap happened, so tough break there.
Nash Hunter came to play tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They wanted to run the ball. They're definitely doing that and putting it on his shoulders himself, but it's legal shift on the play. Moves the ball back to the 35-yard line. So it's still first down. It's first down and 10. Actually, 2nd down and 10 for the Boomers as they break the huddle. 7:21 before halftime. 14-7, Bethany on top. Trip receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. That's Parker Schmitz now, flanked on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He gets a snap. He's going to roll to his left, looking. He's under pressure. He's going to fire over there. It's going to be almost intercepted, or is it?
Incomplete. It just escaped the hands there.
Boy.
That was Gray Adams, actually, quarterback, just ball hawking it. Sam had some pressure on him. As soon as he released that, I think he felt it. You saw it in the throw, and Boomers come away with a little bit of a break there, not turning it over.
Yeah, definitely. So it brings up 3rd down and 10, new life. But, man, Sam Cheap was under pressure, too, on that play, under duress, heavy duress. Got walloped just as he threw the pass. But it's 3rd down and 10 for the Boomers, actually 3rd and 11. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 to the air, 1 back set. Parker Schmitz again over here on the right side now of Sam Cheap. Shotgun. Receiver comes in motion to the right side, sets back in the backfield, gets the snap. He's going to RPO. He still has the ball. He's going to throw it. It's a dying duck. Who's got it? It's going to be out of bounds, thank goodness, and it goes untouched or incomplete. Sam Cheap took another hit there. It's going to bring 4th and 11 for the Boomers.
And we got another flag on the field, too, here. This one as the snap was going off.
It's going to be illegal procedure, it looks like.
Yeah, because it looks like they're going to decline it, so it'll be 4th down for Woodward.
4th and 11, you're at their own 30. Their 36-yard line, so you're definitely going to go for it. 4th and 11 here at this point of the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately probably just out of the range for a field goal attempt from our preseason All-Stater Daniel Pinker.
So 4th and 11 with 6:57 to go before halftime. We'll get a break in here momentarily. Boomers going for it as they are getting ready to break the huddle. 14-7, Bethany on top, 6:57 before halftime. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Smits over there on the left side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He gets a snap, and we've got a whistle before the snap. I think the Boomers might have taken a timeout. They did, and we're going to take our last 30-second timeout of the quarter. It's 14-7, Bethany on top. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Before I was adopted, I felt like my life was already over.
My biggest fear was that I would age out and not know how to be sufficient on my own.
At a certain age, like they don't want you, you're troubled and stuff.
The clock is ticking for the more than 125,000 kids waiting to be adopted from foster care. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption prevent them from aging out without a permanent family. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
And welcome back to Bethany Stadium. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs. 4th and 11 upcoming for the Boomers. Coach Lucian didn't like what he saw on that set and took a timeout to get the right call here as he dialed one up last time on 4th down.
Yeah, and hey, maybe you strike gold twice here with a big play over the top. Really, though, the Boomers are going to have to find a way to open up the middle of the field a bit. They've tried a few times to get some outs, to get some crosses in, and it really hasn't been much success there. And then a spread offense like this, Brock, one of the lifeblood links is having those slants, those crosses, being able to succeed for 5 yards.
Boomers break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Same set that they had before the timeout was called. Parker Smith still at running back on the left side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Gets a snap, high snap, has it. Back to pass. He's going to throw over here on the left side deep. It's going to be incomplete.
And there's the flag.
There's the flag. That's going to PI on the defense, and that's going to be a first down for the Boomers. And I think that was Max Cheap again boxing out over there on the left side. Or is Max or Talon? That might be Talon.
That is Talon.
That is Talon.
Yeah, Talon was going down before that ball even got there because of the coverage. So great job by Talon to be able to fight through and draw that flag. He was open, and Sam definitely did all he could to try to get it to him.
And that was a good pass, a good play all around. Got the pass interference, a free 15 yards, and that's going to be a first down for the Boomers. And that keeps the drive alive with 6:51 before halftime. That's a big play for the Boomers as you keep the drive going.
Maybe Coach Lucian just needs to tell these guys it's 4th down every down because they have really succeeded so far on a couple of big 4th down plays.
So 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Smits again on the left side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion to the right side. Cheap barking out the signals, gets his call. He's going to call his own number. The RPO tries to go up the middle of the field, gets across. Oh, we're going to call it maybe the 17. So give him 3 yards officially on the play, maybe 4. Brings up second down. Yeah, second down and 7 for the Boomers.
Nice little RPO action there. And, Sam's, he's a tough one. I think he's seen Max take his licks here in basketball over the years, a little bit in football, and he very much emulates that same toughness.
2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. Second down and 7. Nash Hunter back in, flanked on the right side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion to the left side, gets a snap. He's going to hand it off to Nash Hunter on the left side. Falls forward to maybe the 15. Might have got 2 yards. Maybe got it to 16. Maybe 1 yard. Let's see where they call it. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 or 5 for the Boomers. Yeah, 3rd and 6 for the Boomers at the Bethany 16-yard line.
Well, and the good news here is even if you don't get the third down conversion, you are in that field goal range, which is a very makeable one here, I would assume, for Daniel Pickard. So this kind of opens up the playbook, Brock. You could definitely take your shots however you like on this one.
2 receivers to the far side, 3 to the near now. 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter on the left side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion to the left side. Sam gets the shotgun snap, gives it to Nash Hunter. He's going to be bottled up over here on the right side for no gain. Brings up a 4th and 6 for the Boomers. See what Coach Lucian wants to do.
And we got a down Boomer there, unfortunately, so.
Can't tell the number.
Yeah.
Not sure.
See if we go ahead and kind of get the, well, I don't know if we want to throw it to the coder right here on this one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors while we got you.
Yeah, there you go. Of course, all of our Big Boom sponsors, just great members here of the community, and really get out and support the Woodward Boomers. And that would be AAA Insurance, Design Really, Bentech Insurance, Dairy Queen, Diesel Dynamics, Harper Sanitation, High Plains Tech Center, and High Plains Tire, and K&S Tire, all phenomenal partners of the Woodward Boomers and in the community out there.
Yeah, and we thank everybody for their sponsorship. There's still time to get in on the action. How are they going to do that, Tyler?
Call up the station at 580-256-4101 and give us a shout. Give BJ Gonzalez, Benita Gonzalez, our sales manager, a shout. You give me a shout. And just see what we have available to you and what we could do to not only help you in your business get out there, but also be a part of this great community here.
4th down and 6 for the Boomers. They're going to go for it. They got trips to the far side, 1 to the near. 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter on the right side in the shotgun, flanked by Sam Cheap. Or flanked on the right side of Sam Cheap. Sam Cheap back to pass. He's still looking under pressure. He's going to get sacked. And that's going to be a turnover and downs. Bethany's going to take over with 5:17 to go in the half.
And that's what we call a coverage sack. The secondary there for Bethany doing an excellent job, just not giving Sam any options. And it's one of those deals where Sam's trying to go through his progressions, but by the time he does, sure enough, somebody's in the backfield to drag him down.
So 1st down and 10 for the Broncos at their own, looks like 27-yard line. Yes, sir. As they'll take over with a 14-7 lead on the Boomers with 5:17 to go before halftime. Get a stop here. You still got, I think, 1 timeout, 1 or 2 timeouts, 2 timeout, no, 1 timeout for the Boomers. Get a stop here. You still have an opportunity to get some points on the board, and you get the ball the first time in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, you're still this start for the Boomers is a lot better, I think, in terms of just being cleaner than what we saw last week in Clinton.
Gray Adams gets a shotgun snap. He's going to fire over here to the left side. That's complete. We got a flag on the play. There's going to be a legal block on the Bethany Broncos. That's going to come back. He gets the ball across the 35 to the 37, but hold on. We got laundry on the field.
Yeah, it should be a hold. Yeah, sure enough. Going back, as you mentioned there. And that's what the Boomers need. You got to get Bethany into some deep situations to start out some of these drives.
And that is going to be a hold on the play. So holding on the Bethany Broncos at the spot of the foul. They're going to march it all the way back to the 22-yard line, it looks like. Yes, sir. That's going to bring up a long 1st down and 15 upcoming for the Broncos. Receiver goes to the far side. 2 to the near. 1 back set. Gilliland on the left side of Gray Adams in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion to the right side. He gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire a fade down here on the left side of the sideline. It's incomplete. Good coverage by Max Cheap over here on the left sideline.
Yeah, Max stride for stride with him right there. Gave him pretty much no room to be able to make that catch, but did it cleanly, obviously. So great job on the coverage.
So it brings up 2nd down and 15 for the Bethany Broncos with 4:51 before halftime. See what Coach Arthur calls up here for the Broncos. 2nd down and long. This is not where they're comfortable, partner.
No, and we've seen their strength early on. That's getting the early yard rushing going on and really getting some production out of that. But so far, they have not connected on any huge pass plays.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set, flanked on the right side of Gray Adams in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to throw over there. It's almost intercepted by Aaron Friday. And if he picks that one, that is a pick 6. But it goes just through the hands of Friday.
And that was a bullet, too, by Adams. I mean, he slung that one just way over the top. Yeah. Good effort, though, by Aaron Friday to try to come up with that pick. But The Boomers will take that. Now you've got them right where you want them, a huge 3rd and long here.
As Bob Euchre would say, just a little high. And, boy, it was right through the hands of Friday, but brings up the 3rd down and long, an opportunity to get off the field for the defense and get the ball back in pretty good field position with 4:47 to go before halftime. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. Flanked on the left side of Gray Adams in the shotgun is Gilliland. Boomer showing blitz. That's Nash Hunter trying to come up. Here's the snap. He's back to pass. Has time. He's going to throw in the pocket. Nice defense there by Taylor Laird. And no flag. He was right at the point of contact. Crowd wanted a flag. But that was just great defense and great reaction by Taylor Laird.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful play. And, we talked about him a lot last year, just trying to come into his body a bit. He had a big, lanky frame to work with. And being a freshman like he was, that could be hard to deal with. But it seems like he's a lot more comfortable this year, especially in that secondary, being able to fly around.
And that was on coverage on Peyton Tolley, too. So 6'3" going against 6'7". Tolley was open for a minute, but, man, what great reaction to the ball by Taylor Laird. 4th down and 15 upcoming for the Broncos. And back to punt is Brendan Huey for the Broncos. He's going to stand inside his own 15-yard line. Back to receive Zach Chavez. Here's the snap. Here's the punt. It's a high kick. Going to be taken at the 45. Juggled. Now picked up by Chavez. Gets across about to the midfield stripe, giving the 49 actually. So good field position for the Boomers and plenty of time to work with. 4:33 before halftime.
Yeah, and Chavez trying to get over that ball as quickly as he could. Made for a tough coverage, but did a good job to rein it back in and make sure that he was able to get forward for a few yards.
Yeah, thank goodness that ball did not trickle a little bit farther in front of him, or we would have been in dire need because Bethany was barring down on him quickly, but no harm, no foul. No turnovers so far for the Boomers, if I'm knocking on concrete or wood or whatever this is over here, but they have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line to break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter, flanked on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion to the right side. That's Chavez. Gets a snap. He's going to hand it to Nash Hunter over here on the right side. Makes one man miss, makes another. Gets across midfield. It's going to be dump truck down about the 48-yard line. So give him a pickup of 3 yards on the play, 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Nash almost had just big enough of a hole to bust that one big, but Bethany did a great job to fight over top of the blocks. The pull's going on right there, but it was a close one.
4:10 and counting before halftime. Boomers have it 2nd down and 7 from the Broncos 48-yard line. They break the huddle. Same receivers, 2 to the near side, 2 to the far side. 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun once again. Gets a snap. He's going to RPO it over here on the left side. He's going to get tackled from behind, but now falls forward for maybe a couple yards gain up to about the 47-yard line, maybe 46. Give him 2 on the play, so it brings up a 3rd down and 5.
And I'd really like to see the Boomers go back over the top here, Brock, on 3rd and 5. They've had some really good success with it after a few run plays. I think if there's a vulnerable spot on this Bethany defense, it might be in some of these one-on-one matchups.
Call it 3rd and 6, partner. I was wrong. So 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the right side of Sam Cheap now in the shotgun. 3rd down and 6 for the Boomers. Gets a snap. Sam's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire over there. Left side is complete. Caught. He's going to try to get the sticks. He does get across the 40-yard line. That's a 1st down for the Boomers. And who was that on the catch? Zach Chavez over there on the far left side. Needed to get to the 40, and he made one guy miss and just squirts his way up across the 40, 1st down.
Yeah, great fight there by Zach to make sure he was clear of those sticks. That's one of those instincts that if a kid's got it or a player's got it, it's just such an advantage to be able to know that you got a player with almost a 6th sense of where he's at on the field.
2:49 in counting before halftime. Bethany leads 14-7, but the Boomers are driving at the Bethany 40-yard line, 1st and 10. They're taking their time here. Play clock down to 13. They break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the right side. Still going to have to hurry to get the play off. Sam Cheap in the shotgun. 4 seconds, 3, 2, gets a snap off. He's back to pass, about 2-3-step drop. He's going to fire long on the left side. He's got a receiver, and it is it caught? It's caught! Touchdown, Boomers! Roll that wagon in the end zone! Touchdown!
I'm almost positive that was Taylor Laird.
Yes, sir. He boxed out his defender, and what a beautiful in-the-bucket throw from Sam Cheap.
And a perfect spiral. I mean, that ball was on the money there by Sam and over the top. Laird, though, not only boxing out Brock, but making sure he fights through the contact, be able to hold on to it. Beautiful.
A 40-yard touchdown strike, Sam Cheap to Taylor Laird, and we're within a point to tie the ball game with 2:20 to go before halftime. Daniel Pinkert out for the point after attempt as they get set up. Snap back, ball down, kick is on the way. It's high and long, and the All-State preseason kicker did not make it. Man, I thought it was down the center. My bad. So it's 14-13, and we got 2:20 to go before halftime. Yeah, that was. You're gonna watch that back and say, Brock, you got too excited on this PAT, but you got back on the board, 14-13, going to halftime. You need to get a stop here. No more points before halftime because you get the ball to start the third quarter.
Yeah, one, I think that's why we saw them taking their time, obviously getting out of the huddle, trying to drain a little bit of that clock.
Bethany has 2 timeouts now.
Exactly, yeah, and so Boomer defense once again going to have to come in and stand tall a bit here and make sure, as you mentioned, that they hold tight.
And stick with us here at halftime as we'll recap the first half, go over the halftime scoreboard as well. Might have a special guest up here. I don't know. Drake Parker might be in the house. He might be coming up here. His mom said he may stop by. But if he doesn't, that's fine. But we might have a special guest here on the show in just a minute at halftime. But if not, we'll have scores and all that good stuff for you at halftime and recap the first half. But it's 14-13, Bethany on top as the Boomers unfortunately just missed a point after attempt, but a great 40-yard strike on the left side, Sam Cheap to Taylor Laird. And, boy, this passing game could be deadly this year. We're seeing kind of remnants of what it could be.
Well, not only that, but if the run game stabilizes back to where we figure it could be, which there's been flashes, but obviously you're losing so many seniors. A lot of those guys were on the line. So you got to take a little bit of time to build that back up. But, my goodness, yeah, the weapons that Sam Cheap and White Pope have at their disposal out here at the receiver spots.
And that was one of my keys. They were young in the secondary. We have an opportunity to exploit him, and that's exactly what has happened so far in the ball game. Daniel Pinkert to kick off from his own 40. He puts a boot into it. It's going to be a squibber. It's onside kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and he had it set up perfectly. Just hit it too hard. Nobody was in the area except a lot of Boomers, but it goes out of bounds.
He tried to get that really nice big bounce about just past the 10-yard with the hard over-the-top kick, and that's why it just carried a bit too much, unfortunately.
I like the aggressiveness on the road. Against a really good football program, you want to get on the board and get the lead at halftime. I like it, but now you got to have to bow up for the defense as they're going to have the ball at their own 46-yard line. It looks like the Gray Adams will bring them out to the line of scrimmage. 2:19 to go before halftime. One receiver to the far side, one to the near, one back set. That's Gilliland. Gray Adams will be under center to start this drive. There's the whistle into play. Looks over the defense. And we've got a movement. That's going to be Peyton Tolley over here on the left side of the line of scrimmage. That's going to be 5 yards back, and it's going to be first down and 15 for Bethany.
Senior frustrated with himself there. That's a mistake you cannot afford, especially in a tight ball game like this.
And when you're 6'7" and 240, you can't make a mistake because everybody knows it's you.
Yeah.
So first down and 15, Bethany. Same formation. Receiver to the far side, one to the near, one back set. Gray Adams gets the snap. He's going to hand it to Gilliland up the center of the field. He's going to be dump truck down about the 49-yard line. Give him a nice little 8-yard pickup. Brings up a second down and 7 upcoming for the Broncos.
He may have got 8, but Paul Sullivan at the end of that one made sure he paid for it a bit with the big hit.
They actually gave him the 50-yard line, gave him 9 on the play. So brings up a second. We're going to call it second. He got 8. Second down and 7 upcoming. Receiver to the far side, one to the near side. One back set, that's Gilliland. Gray Adams under center. He's going to get snapped. He's going to roll out to his right. Still has it. He's going to fire over there. He's got a receiver. That's Tolley in the flat. He got a block. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Peyton Tolley.
We got a flag down.
We got a flag over here, but it's going to be on the block, I believe, over here. I think the flag, it's going to come back.
Yeah, it should come back because I think it was Chavez that just got rolled up from behind there. So that is definitely coming back here. That's not going to stand as a touchdown.
That's going to be a block in the back, and that's going to be all the way back for the Broncos. But you see what kind of weapon Peyton Tolley is in space, and they're going to have to figure that out at halftime. It's going to be definitely an adjustment. I don't know how much you can adjust to that, but they're making the mistakes though. So
yeah, they are, and that's a big one. They're not going to go all the way back in terms of where they were because you're going to go spot the foul.
They're going to give them the first down.
Yeah, or 10 yards from the spot foul, I should say, but. Yeah, totally. You can't adjust that.
Right.
You know, you just got to do the best you can to get in there and make sure he's covered and accounted for at all times.
So first down and 10 from the Boomer 35-yard line. They mark it back from the 25, actually the 15. No, the 20. So that's 15 yards back from there on the block in the back. 1:36 to go before halftime. Two receivers on the near side, one to the far, one back set. Actually, Gray Adams in the backfield by himself. It's going to be RPO. He's going to take it, angles himself up to the center of the field, gets to maybe the 30. Yeah, they're going to give him the 30-yard line. 5-yard pickup on the play, second down and 5.
And Adams is just, Brock, I'm surprised at the success he's having through the middle of this defense right now. Part of that is, though, they're being smart about, you know, all the weapons that Bethany has. They're really kind of teasing them to the Boomers, and it's just open up holes there up the gut.
Minute 8 to go before halftime. Bethany taking their time. Two receivers on the far side, one to the near. Offset back in the backfield. Gray Adams by himself in the shotgun. Gets a snap. It's going to be a jet sweep over here left side. Boomers trying to spread it out. Nicely done there. That's Taylor Laird again coming up from his spot in the backfield, and he gets him around about the 24-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down, but they strung it out enough where he didn't get the corner and go all the way.
Yeah, and that was Joe Molaskin. We've seen him turn the corner a couple times in this game, and that's not a guy you want to give that edge.
Under a minute to go, he's going to take the snap and just spike it to stop the clock with 43.2 seconds. Boy, if you're going to get a hold here before halftime, this is going to be a win for the Boomers. They're going to have to really bear down here and bow up as they have the ball at the Boomer 23-yard line.
No doubt about it, and this is a big reason why they were trying to drain that clock a bit before they scored on the last drive. This Broncos team could definitely strike almost at any point.
Got trips to the far side, one back. That's Gilliland on the right side now of Gray Adams in the shotgun. Barking out the calls. 43.2 seconds before halftime. He gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire over here on the seam. Tried to find Tully, but good defense once again. I think that's Max Cheap again.
It is. He was tight on him right there and made sure that Tully had not much room to breathe. And for a big man like that, trying to stretch out to that sideline could be more deceptive and more tough than you think at times.
Third down and 10 for the Broncos at the Boomer 23-yard line. Bethany leads 14-13. 39.5 seconds to go before halftime. Boomers trying to get a stop here. No more points on the board before halftime. Trips to the far side. One back set. Gray Adams stands in the shotgun. And what do we have? Got movement, or we get a timeout?
Yeah, we got a false start there.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start on Bethany. It's going to bring it back 5 yards. Third down and 15. I think the whole entire left side of the line moved.
Yeah, definitely miscommunication. We mentioned the youth of the Bethany Broncos, similar to the Boomers. This is where it shows in some of those, communication areas, whether it be the snap count or trying to make sure you're lined up in the right formation. And it could definitely strike at some bad times.
Yeah, Nolan Johnson, Alex Millspaw, Jack Griffin all moved, I think, on that play together. So third down and 15. Two receivers on the far side, one to the near, one back set. Gray Adams in the shotgun, gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. Now he's going to step up in the pocket. He has some green. 25, angles out, still going. 20, going to finally be tackled around the 17-yard line. It's going to be fourth down and probably about 4 yards. Going to be a timeout, I think, Bethany. With 29 seconds to go, we'll see if they go for it or if they're going to kick it. I don't know how much of a kicker they have here.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fourth down, and we're going to call it about 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and check in on Dakota down there on the sideline. Dakota, what are you hearing from the huddle? Guys, Dakota?
Derek Lugin just said that they missed a block down here, so he's having a word with the ref, and the ref doesn't look too happy about it.
He said he just missed a block in the back, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yep, that's how it went. Now Coach Lucian just called timeout, going over some things real quick, so we'll see what he does.
So Coach Lucian called the timeout. So it's fourth down and 4, so Boomers took the timeout. Bethany still has 2 timeouts remaining. 29.1 seconds to go, fourth and 4. What kind of play is Bethany going to roll out here? Maybe something with Peyton Tully. He is lined out to the wide. No, that's not him. Where'd he go? I'm talking before.
He's over on the far side.
On the far
side.
Yep. Okay, so he's on the far side. So we got 2 receivers to the near side. One back set. Actually, 3 to the near side. One back set. Gray Adams under center. Actually, he's in the shotgun, takes a snap, speed option to the left side. It's Gilliland. He's not going anywhere, and he's knocked down, and the Boomers will hold. First down and 10 for the Boomers as we get close to halftime, 22 seconds to go.
And what a vicious finish to that run right there. I think that was...
The helmet came off.
Couldn't see which linebacker popped him, but yeah, one of our linebackers got in there and just straight up popped that helmet off.
Gilliland may be seeing stars right now because that helmet, like you said, it just flew off. But what a great job.
I bet that was Zane Samarco, defensive lineman, coming over the top there to finish that one off.
What a great job of spreading that sweep out again. They tried that, speed option you said. What a good job of spreading that out, not giving any space for Gilliland. Good hold for the Boomers to end the half here.
Well, and that's what you got to do with the speed option. You really got to, make sure not only the quarterback is covered, you got to cover the cutback lanes for the quarterback. Then you have to make sure your assignment on the running back is there. So it can be difficult to cover, but the Boomers, as you mentioned, excellent job taking care of it.
So 14-13. We've got about 22.6 seconds before halftime. And what a first half for the Boomers. Nice bounce back, I guess you could say, from last week as they lost to Clinton 26-21. But we're kind of seeing them put a full game together. We didn't see that last week as, kind of maybe jitters, some nerves, first game of the year, rivalry, whatever. But, man, we're really starting to see this Boomer offense can really move when it gets going.
Yeah, and you mentioned the passing game. We've been delighted by just the phenomenal, over-the-top action that this offense is showing. That's something that really we didn't quite have last year. It was more of a get your players in space, whether it be Drake Parker or Chavez, really kind of let them work with that space and bust a big one. But this year so far, Sam Cheap is just coming in, and he is putting up some balls.
Yeah, it's going to be first and 10 for the Boomers at their own 16-yard line. I don't see them doing anything really here. I think they're going to take a knee and just call it good for halftime as they get tight formation. Sam Cheap under center, real tight formation. Sam Cheap's going to take the snap. He's going to down it like I thought. 22 seconds to go in the half, and Bethany's going to call it good too. 18 seconds, and that's going to be the end of the first half. And the score 14-13. Bethany on top at halftime, and we're going to get to Dakota with Coach Luchin real quick. Go ahead, Dakota.
Yeah, whenever you got him there, bud. So
he's going to go talk to the ref real quick, so I'm going to wait for him. I think he has something to say.
We'll stand by and wait for you here. And boy, a good half for the Boomers, 14-13. Just missed that extra point, and we'd be tied. But we've got an all-state kicker, no fault of his own. It happens
sometimes. Yeah, even the pros miss extra points at this point.
Exactly. So I couldn't kick an extra point. So Coach Luchin is still
he really wants that discussion.
Standing at the 22-yard line. The officials want no part of him.
Brock, no, I just found out that was not Coach Luchin that took a timeout. He was just about to take it, but Bethany decided to take it right in front of him.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
So Coach Luchin is still trying to get the officials.
He's waiting for that clock to wind down, and he's going to set his watch.
Okay, yeah, that's what he did last week. Okay, so we'll wait until he sets his watch here, and because that's a heck of a walk for the Boomers for the halftime locker room.
Yeah, no doubt. The locker rooms are definitely kind of an interesting position on this facility. Usually they're a little bit closer to the field, but
if they go back to the locker room, I think in the metro area, I don't think you can go in the locker room at halftime. So, Dakota, you got Coach Luchin?
Yeah, just give me 1 minute, guys.
Okay.
He's trying to set that watch. And I tell you what, though, if you're Coach Luchin right here, I imagine he's going to be probably happy, probably a little bit, wanting some more things there in terms of what they could have done offensively. But defense, once again, performing very well.
He's still waiting for the clock to start. They're not starting the clock for some reason.
I think
the Bethany band comes on the field.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to get the Bethany band out there and going. There he goes.
Okay, Dakota, go ahead. Uh-oh.
First half, we just got to keep battling and playing good defense. They throw the ball really well, so we're going to have to defend them, and we're going to have to continue to put some points on the board. I don't think 14 or 13 either way is going to win it.
All right, thank you, Coach.
And thank you, Dakota, and I appreciate that. 14-13, the halftime score. Bethany on top of your Boomers. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Craving a classic patty? There's only one place that can satisfy your hunger with 100% beef at a price you can't beat. Get your DQ fix today. 13th and Main, the home of Woodward's very own Dairy Queen with drive-through curbside delivery or call-in orders available. Great ways to get your DQ fix today. Check our Facebook page for specials or call 580-256-2397 to place an order. Monday through Thursday from 10 to 9 and 10 to 10 on Friday and Saturday.
14-13 halftime here. Bethany leads as we're about to get underway. Boomers will have it for the first time in the third quarter. Got 2 minutes and change. Let's talk about the keys to the second half for the Boomers.
Well, offensively for the Boomers, Brock, they're going to have to find a way to open up that middle of the field.
Yeah.
That is a weapon in this offense that you need, whether it's running the ball or trying to get some of those drags and slants going in the passing game. Despite that, though, they've done an excellent job of being able to pick off over the top and really hit some big ones over the top, as we've talked about. Defensively, you got to find a way to contain Gilliland and Adams, because
that's
Adams,
exactly what I was going to say.
You know, he is a smart quarterback. We've seen that. He's made some great reads on the read option. They've made some good speed option pitches as well. And Gilliland, despite being a sophomore, he's playing like a really experienced back. And you know, we mentioned, of course, the frame at 6 foot 200 pounds, so he's a load to bring down. And if you could plug those two up defensively, you could really take away the successful parts of what this Bethany team has done so far.
Dakota, are you with us?
He's roaming somewhere.
He's roaming somewhere. Dakota?
There he is. Let's see him.
Hey, we're talking about the keys to the second half. From your vantage point, since you're down on the sidelines, what do you think one of the keys will be the second half for the Boomers?
I honestly think the key is probably going to be getting the ball down the field and not having so many penalties and not having so many mistakes. I mean, they're doing a really good job. I mean, this team's really great out here. They're really doing their best they can to defend Woodward, but I think that we're honestly truly better, and I think that we're going to see something we haven't seen before.
What's the crowd over there like? We've got a decent crowd that have come down all the way 2.5 hours down from Woodward County. What's the crowd over there like? Are they?
Yeah, I mean the crowd's pretty good right now. I mean, I see a lot of familiar faces. We got people from former football teams.
Nice.
From Woodward. I see Cole Marlette. I've seen some of the couple other guys like D.W. Moffitt down here.
Very nice.
So I think it's going to be a really good turnout, and I can't wait to see what this second half turns out to be like.
I see the pep rally gang over there with the flags and everything over there on the right side of the bleachers. But, yeah, so Boomers going to get the ball the first time in the third quarter as we get ready to start the third quarter. Down a point, 14-13, partner. And, you know, this has just been a really good game. I kind of wanted to Coach Lucian was trying to get the officials' attention at the end of the half. What do you think he was wanting to kind of converse with him about?
I mean, some of these blocking schemes that Bethany's throwing out there probably are tough to read, right?
Yeah.
So from what Coach Lucian's perspective, what he may be seeing a little bit is
some picks, maybe.
Some picks, maybe a couple near blocking the backs, things of that nature. Which that's the flow of football, right? I mean, as a guy who's a former offensive lineman myself, the number one rule is, hey, don't get caught.
Exactly.
So I mean,
he's going to chuckle back when he watches this one back, and he's probably chuckling right now as he watches this one back at home. But he did make a comment. He liked that he could watch the game with Boomer TV and then have us over the Boomer TV, and we like that even more as Coach Godwin and all of the Boomer TV staff has been amazing to work with so far, and got it all set up perfectly tonight again. And we've got a great spot perched up right here on the 45-yard line. Just props to the Bethany hospitality here.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, everywhere we go across the state, we usually get some really good hospitality, and we always appreciate that by the opposing schools.
So with that, the Boomers are going to receive the ball. They're going to be working from the left to the right on the radio dial, going from the north to the south end zone. Back to receive is Zach Chavez. Boomers will get the ball to start the third quarter. Dax Jaggers will kick off, but got to maybe watch for a trick play here. You know, the Boomers tried it in the first half, didn't succeed on the onside, but Dax Jaggers to kick off from his own 40. Gets the whistle into play. Approaches the ball. Puts a boot into it, and it's a high straight line kick down the center of the field, taken by Chavez. 15, 20, angles to the left side, has a bit of running there. 30, 35, they're going to be dump truck down about the 38-yard line. Boy, hold on to the ball, mister, because they were really trying to rip it out there. First down and 10 for the Boomers at their own 39.
Yeah, great return there by Chavez. Really found a couple lanes to work with on that one, Brock, and going to get you some nice starting field position here.
Well, yeah, we could see Bethany wanting that ball. They were trying to rip it out, and he was drugged down by about 4 or 5 Bethany Broncos, and you saw him hold on for dear life if they got him down at the 39. So first down and 10 for the Boomers at their own 39. They break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. Nash Hunter flanks Sam Cheap in the shotgun formation. Sam barking out the calls. Receiver comes in motion to the left side, sets back in the behind the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Nash Hunter, left side, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, but then he's going to be wrapped up by a host of Broncos, but he still keeps those legs churning, and they're going to spot him down at the 42-yard line. They didn't give him the forward progress. One official has him at the 42, one has him at the 43, so which is it? They're going to give it at the 43. That's probably the proper spot, 4 yards in the play.
It is, but, I mean, you mentioned earlier on a couple of those runs by Hunter about just driving the legs. My goodness, This kid has no quit in those legs.
You know what that looked like? That looked like the replacements where they all got in the huddle and they moved together, and that wasn't a play, but it was just he was all huddled up, and he was taking about 8 players with him. Trips to the near side, one to the far side, one back set. Nash Hunter, now he's going to go out to the right side, back to pass to Sam Cheap. He's going to fire over the middle, and it's incomplete off the hands and a little behind Taylor Laird. It's going to be third down and 7 upcoming for the Boomers.
Yeah, that was a really tight window that Sam Cheap tried to fit that one into to Taylor Laird. Laird tried to make the adjustment, but he had 2 Broncos right on him. What can you say? Good defense, good effort, though, by the Boomers.
That was a play that he and Laird hooked up on last week at Clinton, but it was a little bit deeper down the seam. That was kind of a shorter, skinny post, you would call it. So 3rd down and 7 for the Boomers. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. They're going to be stacked on both sides. One running back on the backfield, flanked on the right side. Now back to pass as Sam Cheap's going to fire over here. Left side, it's going to be intercepted. No, it's incomplete. Playing D-back was, I think that was Taylor Laird again.
That was Laird over there on the far side. And on that coverage, that was some really tight coverage there by Joe Malaska. So Malaska, we've called his name a few times tonight. He's definitely been all over it.
And we saw the adjustment with Coach Arthur's team right there. They wanted to take away the deep ball. They did. That was a pass that was a 40-yard touchdown pass in the first half, and it's 4th and 7 for the Boomers. They're going to have to punt. And back to receive for the Broncos. Taylor Heim or Joe Malaska gets a punt off. This Max Cheap. That's going to be Malaska, I think, taking it across the 30, 35. Is going to be out of bounds as he steps out of bounds at the – still walking it up at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Broncos at their own 43. 14-13. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Next time you need tires, get a set designed to make getting there half the fun. BF Goodrich passenger tires combine performance-driven technology with classic American styling to create a tire that strives to deliver both outstanding handling and great looks. It's the easiest performance upgrade you can make for your car. Learn more by visiting us today. High Plains Tire has the expert tire service you need to take your car's performance to the next level. Specific performance may vary by tire model.
And welcome back. Bethany has it. 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Gray Adams handoff to Gilliland over the right side. Spins. Gets away from a couple tacklers. Gets a good yardage. Ball's on the ground. Ball is still free on the ground. It's going to be loose. It's still picked up. I think Bethany got it back as they will fall on it. They're actually going to mark him down at the 50-yard line. That's so they're going to say the ball was down. So it's going to be 2nd down and 3 upcoming for the Broncos.
Yeah, it was old Letchberg there that almost came up with it on the fumble. So, bit of a break there, I would say, maybe for the Boomers, because by the time that ball kicked forward and it would have been recovered by Bethany, it would have been a 1st down, or at least a new set of downs. So. 2nd
down and 3 upcoming from midfield for the Broncos. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set, flanked on the right side of Gray Adams in the shotgun, gets a snap. He's going to take it himself around the right side, gets the edge, and he has the 45, the 40, across the 35, and out of bounds right at the 35. 1st down for the Broncos.
And once again, Brock, it's what we've been talking about. He just makes great reads and finds these holes, and it's tough to adjust if you're the Boomers for that.
Senior quarterback that's waited his turn, and he's definitely making the most of it tonight against the Boomers. The 1st down and 10 for the Broncos at the Boomer 35-yard line. Up 14-13 is Bethany. They have the ball marching on this drive. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 back set on the right side of Gray Adams in the shotgun. Barking out the calls, finally gets the snaps. He's back to pass. He's going to throw over here short, left side. Oh, incomplete, and boy, he got hammered. That's Max Cheap. Johnny on the spot right when the ball hit him, and Bethany players shaking up a little bit, being helped up. Nice sportsmanship by Taylor Laird, and Who is that that's going to have to – yeah, he's going to have to come out. Is that Malaska?
Yeah, it is Joe Malaska.
Yeah.
And Max Jeep definitely just
Whew.
– I mean, did the right thing. Came across as soon as Malaska had hands on the ball, just laid a smack there to Malaska. That's one of those that's got Malaska seeing some stars. So
that might be a big loss if he can't come back.
He'll talk with the trainer. He obviously got up on his own power and everything and got going. So make sure he's fine.
2nd down and 10, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, back to pass. I know he's going to hand it off to Gilliland. He's hitting the backfield by a host of Boomers. Bounces off, though, and gets a little bit of yardage. He falls forward to the 38-yard line. Actually, 34-yard line. Boy, he made a loss into something. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 for the Broncos.
Yeah, and that was Zane Zamarco coming across there and forcing Gilliland back. The problem is Gilliland just kind of bounced off of it, like you mentioned, and still fought forward for a yard.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side now. Be 1 back set on the right side of Gray Adams in the shotgun. 3rd down and 9 for the Broncos upcoming. Need to bow up here, get a stop for the Boomers. Adams gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to fire down the left side deep. It's incomplete. What a coverage again. Taylor Laird, Johnny on the spot with a 6'7", 240 wide receiver, and it was right in the bucket, and Taylor Laird just at the last minute popped it out.
Well, and Laird able to stay stride for stride, and Brock made sure he looked back to spot the ball and then kept his hands off of Tolley and just, as you mentioned, able to pop that ball out and force the incompletion.
So 4th down and 9 upcoming for the Broncos. It looks like Malaska just came back in. He's in the slot over here. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 to the far side, 1 back set. Gillihan flanks him on the right side. Gray Adams in the shotgun. He gets a snap. He's going to just pooch it.
Yep.
And it's going to hit at the 10, the 5. It's going to be down inside. That's going to be down right at the 5-yard line. That's the advantage of having turf, partner. And that's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 5 with 8:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll keep it right here as the Boomers will set up shop at their own 5.
Yeah, and that was what I would call the Pittsburgh Steelers pooch punt, because that's one that Ben Roethlisberger for the last 10, 12 years now he's been active. Is they've utilized that a few times.
Big Ben does that, huh?
He does.
I've never seen him do that.
Oh, it's earlier in his career when he wasn't quite robotic like he is now with all the injuries, but. Yeah, that was a pretty good punt there by Adams to be able to pin him at the 5.
1st down and 10 from their own 5. The Boomers have it. 1 receiver to the far side, trips to the near side, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter on the left side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. We've got a flag, and I think that's going to be a legal substitution by Bethany. And I think because the guy came on late, and it's going to be on the Broncos.
Boy, that is very welcome if it is for the Boomers to get you a little bit more yards to work with.
Yes, it is.
Have the playbook open up a bit more, and let's see here. Yeah, it is. Boy, that's
1st down and 5 now at the 10. I saw him come on late, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
And the Bethany coaches, oh boy, Coach Arthur looks like he is on the 10-yard line right now. He is out on the field. He's wanting an explanation here.
That's either Coach Arthur or one of the defensive coaches, Manuel Gonzalez, Aaron Saylor, Ryan Morgan, Sean Williams, or Dustin King. They're all hot.
Oh, yeah.
On the field together.
Russ got walking back to the sideline, make sure, hey, you stay
that's
over there.
Yeah, that's Coach Arthur having a come to Jesus meeting right now with the white hat.
Oh boy, they better be careful here.
We saw somebody get flagged last. Oh, he's getting close to a unsportsmanlike conduct. It's really the referee. Good
patience. Applaud the patience.
Yes.
Yep.
Because that could have been a flag. Up at 15. 1st and 5 for the Boomers at their own 10 now. Trips to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 back set. Sam Cheap, receiver goes in motion. Handoff to Nash Hunter over the left side. He angles back up across the middle of the field, falls forward across the 15 to about the 17, and give him a 1st down for the Boomers as he gets to the 17-yard line. 1st down and 10, Boomers.
Yeah, great job there by Nash and Brock. That's right up the middle like I was talking about. You got to open it up. And last drive we saw him try to hit Taylor Laird over the middle, although that didn't work. They're definitely trying to get it going. Because if you could really draw some attention to the middle of the field, then that's going to open up those one-on-ones on the outside that you're really looking for.
Boomers break the huddle. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the left side of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He gets a snap. He's going to take it himself over here left side, fires short. It's complete. That's Taylor Laird, and he's going to get knocked down. Oh, no, it's incomplete. He dropped it. I didn't see the ball come out.
He tried to run with it a bit before he was able to drag it in. It bounced off his chest, and he took a bit of a shot afterwards. But it was definitely there. Just one of those that didn't connect.
Yeah, I've done that many times.
It happens. It happens.
I'm not wide open very often, but when I do, I do stuff like that. That's for sure. So second down and 10 for the Boomers at their own 17-yard line. 8:19 to go third quarter. 14-13, Bethany on top. This is a tight one. We expected it to be tonight. Bethany was picked to win by 7. Trips to the near side, one to the far side, one back set. Nash Hunter flanks Sam Cheap over there on the left shoulder. He's back to pass. Sam is. He's going to fire up there left side. He's got a receiver. It's incomplete. No flag. Good coverage and good sportsmanship helping up Taylor Laird over there. It's incomplete. Third down and 10.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get the number over there.
Yeah, they've got the purple jerseys with purple numbers tonight, or gray jerseys that look like kind of purplish.
That might have been Woods Harrell there.
Woods Harrell?
Yeah, on the coverage over the top. Did a great job, as you mentioned. And a little bit of hand fight going on, but the refs are going to allow that to a certain degree on some of those balls. And now here for the Boomers, you got a chance to, maybe take a shot again on 3rd and 10. You almost connected there. So
trips to the far side, one to the near side, one back set. Nash Hunter on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Gets a snap. He's going to roll to his left. Under pressure, he's going to fire across his body. He's got a receiver there. Is it caught? It is!
Chavez.
It's caught! Chavez at the 40, and he's drug out of bounds at the 49-yard line. First down and 10, Boomers.
Chavez just got wide trying to catch that one and did an excellent job. Another box out where Sam Cheap just puts it in the area where it says, all right, Chavez, you go get that one.
Get it, yeah. And he was under duress again and threw across his body. Even more impressive.
You got to commend the young sophomore to stand in there and really deliver that throw because, folks, that is not easy.
No.
I mean, imagine we all get that feeling when somebody's watching you. You hear those footsteps. You know a guy like Peyton Tolley's coming at you at 6'7", 240. It's hard to deliver that.
I said the 49. I was wrong. It's the 43. So the Boomers have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Double receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side, one back set. Sam Cheap. Receiver goes in motion to the left side. He gets a snap. There's going to be a flag on the play. The play's going to go out of bounds over there at the 45, but we might have an illegal shift.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. We've seen, unfortunately, a couple of those here for the Boomers, just those small miscommunications sometimes, and we highlighted with Bethany how that's just the sign of a young team sometimes. It's hard to get the snap count right, and sometimes it's hard to get lined up.
Call. Yeah, it's going to be a legal shift on the Boomers, marching back 5 yards. First down and 15 upcoming for the Boomers.
Well, if you're going to get one, at least get on first down so you got time to make it up.
And
right?
5.
Yeah.
Don't get the big ones.
Yep.
Of course, Coach Luch is going to say, don't get them at all.
Right.
First and 15 upcoming, 7:26 to go third quarter. Bethany leads 14-13. Boomers have it. First down and 15 upcoming. It says 2nd and 10, but it's 1st and 15. 2 receivers to far side, 2 to the near, one back set. Receiver goes in motion to the left side. He's going to hand it off to Nash Hunter up the center of the field. 40, still going. Nice spin move across the 45, still going close to midfield. Get him at 49-yard line. A big pickup by Nash Hunter. That's 11 yards, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Boomers.
Second week in a row where Nash has hit just the perfect spin move. It looks like he stopped, and all of a sudden he just whoops around. He's off of it and free for some more yards.
Can you do Chris Berman? Whoop. Yeah. Second down and 4 upcoming for the Boomers. Get out of a hole there with 1st and 15. 6:38 to go in the third. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, one back set. That's Hunter over there on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun once again. Receiver comes in motion now to the right side. That's Chavez. Sits back in behind. Now Sam Cheap's going to call his own number. Goes straight up the middle, across 45, and drags tacklers up to the 41-yard line. Another first down for the Boomers.
And he just had a barricade of blockers up there, up the gut to work with, and they cleared out a nice hole and just allowed Sam to rip off another big 10 yards there.
6:14 and counting in the third quarter. We still got another break. Dakota, we know you're down there. We'll get to you here in a minute on this drive. 6:05 to go in the third. Boomers have it 1st and 10 at the Bethany 41-yard line. Down a point, 14-13. Under 6 minutes now in the third. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, one back set. That's Parker Schmitz now on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun formation. Receiver goes in motion to the left side. That's Cheap. Now he's going to hand it off to Parker Schmitz up the middle of the field. Gets bulldozed by a couple Broncos as he gets to the 40. Falls forward to the 39. Give him 2 yards. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Parker there trying to fight forward, be a nice change of pace back, which we talked about that coming into the season. We got to see him a few reps last year do that, just be a little bit of a change of pace back. And when you got a big bowling ball like Nash Hunter coming at you every time, Parker could definitely provide some nice action in terms of being a little bit more shifty.
2nd and 8 from the Bronco 39-yard line. Break the huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Parker Smits over there on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap. Now a receiver comes over here in motion. Trips to the near side now. Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Now receiver goes back in motion to the left side. Gets a snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to call his own number, and he slips on the turf as he's trying to cut up the middle of the field or over the sideline, actually. And he falls down at the 41, loses 2 yards, brings up 3rd down and 10.
That's what we call some excited feet there. He didn't quite pick him up and put him down, trying to make that hard cut like you were talking about. And unfortunately, because of it, the turf took him down there. Had a bit of a
turf monster.
Yeah, had a bit of a group of blockers out in front of him, but Bethany did a good job to make sure that was pushed back inside there.
3rd down and 10 for the Boomers. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. 1 back set. That's Parker Smits again. And now going over to the other side is Max Cheap. So we got trips on the far side, 1 to the near side. Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He gets a snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to fire. It's going to be a dying duck. It's going to go out of bounds. Incomplete. 4th down and 10 upcoming for the Boomers. But that was all pressure, it looks like there for the Broncos.
Yeah, you got to give Sam some credit. He is really taking some shots, Brock, trying to stick in there and deliver some throws. That one, I mean, just didn't have the space really to work with. As soon as he got his feet set, he had Jack Griffin, the nose guard, big old senior there, over 200 pounds, barreling down on him. So hard to get a good throw off.
Max Cheap is going to come in to punt for the Boomers. 4th and 10 from the Bethany 41-yard line. Back to receive. I don't know if that's Malaska or not. That might be Ketchum.
Yeah, that is not Malaska because Malaska has some white bands.
Max gets a boot into it. A high kick straight down the middle of the field, and it's going to be taken by Ketchum right at the 10-yard line. So good job by Max, and he's going to pin him in this side of the 10. It's 14-13. Bethany leads. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
If you're an owner or operator that has been put in the shop due to breakdowns, let Diesel Dynamics LLC get you out of the shop and back trucking. Diesel Dynamics LLC is a high-quality truck and rig engine repair shop that offers 24-hour service. At 38757 South County Road 200 in Woodward, they take care of all your repair needs. Give Tim a call at 580-334-0485 or the office at 580-254-2199. Go Boomers!
And welcome back to SNU Bethany Stadium. Brock Campbell alongside Tyler Riggs. Bethany, Oklahoma, 4:02 left in the 3rd quarter. Bethany takes over at their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10. Gray Adams is going to hand it off to Gilland in the backfield, and he's going to go nowhere. They might have lost yardage, and it's going to be a 2nd down and maybe 11 for the Broncos.
Great job there by the Boomers to get that initial pressure and make sure, and that's what we talked about, at halftime. You've got to get to Gilland. You got to get to him quick. Make sure he isn't able to get those feet going.
And he tried to go over the left side, and boy, just a host of Boomers over there to say, you ain't going anywhere, mister. And it's 2nd down and 11 at the 10-yard line now for the Broncos with 3:30 and counting in 3rd quarter. Three receivers actually, the far side, 2 to the near. Gray Adams all by his lonesome in the backfield. He gets a shotgun snap. He's going to call his own number. He's going to get sacked in the backfield for another loss. And who was that in the back? Was that Nash on it?
No, that was big old Kenyon Lanham firing off the
with
side.
the sack. Oh, my. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever deep in your own territory.
Yeah, Kenyon just, I don't know if he put on the swim move or what, but my goodness, he got in there as soon as that ball was snapped.
You got to tell me what the swim move is. Can you show it to me? We're not on TV. You don't have to embarrass yourself.
Basically, you give a good old clobber to the shoulder, the rib cage of whatever lineman you're going against, and you just bring that arm over and you push them through, and that's how they call it the swim move there.
Actually, it gave him only a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 12 upcoming from the 9. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. That's Gilliland, flanked on the left shoulder of Gray Adams, and the shotgun receiver comes in motion. He's going to give it to Jet Sweep. Now it's going to be reverse, and our Boomers going to stay home. No, they're not. He's going to get the 1st down easily on the reverse play. He's going to get drugged down about the 20-yard line.
Hold on here.
He's going to get close to the 1st down. Maybe I'm premature. They gave him the 21.
Yeah, with the
That's going to be
progress.
a 1st down at 10. That was just a double reverse play, 1st down for the Broncos.
And on the receiving end of that double reverse, that was Braylon Ketchum there. We talked about him a little bit, being the kind of extra running back for this Broncos team, and just
that's
a
a
tough one to
9-yard
stay
line.
home. Yeah,
Boy,
that's
the cojones
risky. It's risky.
Coach Arthur right there, and that's a 1st down for the Broncos at the 21. So 2:35 and counting in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. Actually, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 back set. That's Gilliland on the left shoulder of Gray Adams at the shotgun. Really, really winding the clock here, really grinding it. Gray Adams going to hand off to Gilliland over there on the right side. He's going to go nowhere once again. He's going to get actually lose a yard to the 20. So bring up a 2nd down and 11 for the Broncos. Boy, they really kind of bottled him up the second half.
Hey, guess who got in there and made sure this time he stood him up? That was Cole Parker. Getting
nice.
down
Freshman
from the top, getting down in there and making sure Gilliland didn't get away from him this time. And that allowed a couple of them big old Boomer defensive linemen to get in there and finish that one.
Freshman getting the big start tonight against Bethany. Under 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Bethany leads 14-13, and they have the ball. 2nd down and 11. Receiver to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set, flanked on the left side now of Gray Adams in the shotgun for the Broncos. Looking over the defense, finally gets a snap. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to fire. Nobody home. Boy, that was dangerous. In the area was Max Cheap. Boy, that was Max Cheap. If he takes a couple more steps or has a little bit more time, he might intercept that one.
Yeah, and that one was a bit of a high-pointed ball there by Adams. He was trying to hit Woods Harrell there, who had came in. He's in right now, obviously, because of Molaska being down. So, and it just, a little bit of a misfire there from Adams.
Well, we saw a 3rd and long last time. It was a double reverse. What's in store for John Arthur now at 3rd and 11 at their own 20? Kenyon Lannon trying to fire the crowd up there on the left side. 2 receivers, actually 1 to the far side, 2 to the near for the Bethany Broncos. 1 back set, Gilliland on the left side of Gray Adams in the shotgun. He gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire long down the seam, and it's just over the head of his intended receiver over the right side. Good coverage once again by the Boomers. 4th down, and the Broncos are going to have to punt.
That was Taylor Heim he was trying to hit. Taylor Heim, sophomore, 6'5", Rock, 165 pounds. So another good frame guy, and it got over the top, but Adams once again just a bit too strong.
Zach Chavez will go back to return the punt. He'll stand about his 40-yard line. Actually, that's not Zach, is it?
Yep,
it is Zach. Okay, I thought I saw 3s. My bad. I thought it was Aaron Friday. So back to punt now. It's going to be Brendan Huey for the Broncos. He's going to stand inside his. It's almost his 10-yard line, actually. 1:24 to go, third quarter. 4th down and 11 upcoming for the Broncos. Gets the snap, puts a boot into it. It's going to be a high kick right down the over here left side. Gets a big Bronco bounce, goes inside the 20, still rolling, going to the 15, and going to be down right at the 15-yard line.
A late flag, though.
And we got a late flag that might be on the Boomers.
That would add some insult to injury, unfortunately, if it is.
It's going to be at midfield where the flag was actually going to throw it up to the 40, see what the call is. Bethany Bronco was shaken up, so leads me to believe that might be on us. Referee still walking. No signal yet. Personal foul on the Boomers. Good grief. Half the distance to the goal now, partner, and you're backed up again. 1st and 10 inside your own 10.
I mean, that's just, you want to talk about flipping the field. They were on their own 18, and now they pinned the Boomers down into about the, 7.5-yard line there, maybe 8.
Yeah, that was a 50, 60-yard punt with the roll, and then you get him inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Boomers at their own 7.
Wow. It's one of those mistakes we talk about. Just young team, you can't quite have it.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter back in, flanked on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion to the left side. Gets a snap. It's a high snap. Goes into the end zone. Sam's going to have to take it. He's going to get it out of the end zone. Oh, he gets out of the end zone, and he's going to get across maybe almost to the 5. Boy, good job by the sophomore. It went all the way back into the end zone. He picked it up, and he got out of the end zone. Thank goodness for the Boomers.
Yeah, that could have been a safety. That could have been a touchdown for Bethany. So despite it being a 2-yard loss, that might have been one of the best scenarios out of that one.
Under a minute to go in the third quarter, and I'm sweating up here after that play, but Sam gets it up. He only loses a yard, so good job by the sophomore. 37 seconds before the third quarter expires. Trips to the near side, 1 to the far side. Nash Hunter flanks Sam Cheap now in the shotgun on the right shoulder. Receiver goes in motion to the left side. Sam gets the snap. He's looking. He's going to fire. It's complete over here on the left side, and who's that too at the 9-yard line?
Wyatt Pope.
That's Wyatt Pope, yes. And a little chippiness as he was not being let up by the defender. And he gets it up to the 9-yard line, giving about a pickup of 3. So we're going to call it 3rd down and probably 8 upcoming. But that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, and no score in the 3rd. Bethany leads 14-13 on the Boomers. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipe Lanes Tire. Fall is here, and that means open enrollment for health insurance and Medicare is just around the corner. Bentech Insurance Agency is a certified enrollment center for health insurance policies on and off the health insurance marketplace. If you are over 65, Bentech can also help you enroll in Medicare products. Annual enrollment period for Medicare is October 15th through December 7th, and open enrollment for health insurance is November 1st to December 15th. Call your hometown agents Clint White, Lindsay Custer, or Rosetta Thompson at 580-256-9918 and let them provide all of your insurance needs.
And welcome back to Bethany, Oklahoma. Brock Campbell, he's Tyler Riggs, and we're at Bethany Snoo Stadium, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Boomers at their own 10-yard line. But just for this drive alone, boy, sophomore Sam Cheap saved the day for not getting any more points on that for a safety back here.
Yeah, I mean, excellent job by Sam to make sure that was not the safety or a touchdown for Bethany. Now you set yourself up with a manageable 3rd down here to try to get first.
3rd down and 8, 2 receivers the far side, 2 to the near. Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He's going to give it to Nash Hunter, and they're just going to count their losses. He gets maybe a yard. Call it 4th down and 7 upcoming. Need a good punt here from Max Cheap as we start the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they try to really bounce that one there when we got a boomer down.
Hurt.
So maybe a bit of a cramp, it looks like. So
it's kind of what it looks like. We saw this kind of same action, but go ahead and finish your thought there, partner.
I was going to say they try to bounce out there for Nash Hunter, but as soon as he got that one, tried to cut it out. Just 2 Bethany Broncos right on him. Interestingly enough here, Brock, on the cramps, pretty much I think every coach we've talked to, I don't know about you personally, but I know in terms of me doing my game night spotlight, pretty much all of them have said, yeah, cramps. That's just part of having the heat and having the kind of weird off season that you had coming into this.
August and September is the worst part, the worst 2 months to have cramps.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. And boy, we saw a lot of it last week with Clinton. We didn't see so much of it with Woodward. This is the first one that we actually saw. Well, we had one last week. It was Wyatt Pope that had a cramp, and he's back to playing, obviously, because we just called him, making a catch. But I don't know who's down. It is a lineman.
I think it's Kenyon Lanham. But while we got a chance, Brock.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dakota, down there in the defensive huddle, what is the talk? What is the game plan going into this next possession?
Yeah, I was talking to Ethan Matt, and he just said that. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we got you.
Come down to the 40 a little bit. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I was talking to Ethan Matt, and he just said that we just got to keep on slanting them every time, and we'll end up getting there.
There you go. So the slants, we saw that with Kenyon Lanham diving in on that last possession, getting a big play. Is that kind of what they're using to make sure they get to Gilliland and Adams right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they got to do. I mean, they got to keep on doing it if they're going to get back in this ball game.
Hey, Dakota, can you confirm that's Kenyon that's hurt?
Yeah, that was Kenyon Lanham, number 78.
Yep.
And he's being helped off the field. So hopefully it's just a cramp. We don't want anybody to get injured, obviously, on either side of the ball, on either side of the sideline. So hopefully he can walk that off. And Max Cheap's going to have to get a good punt here. Looks like we've got Braylon Ketchum back to receive the punt. Is that Malaska back in, or am I seeing something?
That is Malaska is taking off his pads. They have him over here.
Okay, so who's the other?
That should be Ketchum, and that should be
Taylor Heim?
Taylor Heim.
Okay,
yes,
there
sir.
we go. Taylor Heim and Braylon Ketchum.
Oh, the punt goes over
and out through the back of the end zone, and that's a safety, and it's now 16-13, and Bethany will get the ball to start another drive, up 3, but that's okay. I mean, it's only up 3, but now I say it's okay, but
well, now if you're the Boomer defense, you're going to have to really bow up here. I mean, yeah, it's okay in the sense that the game's not out of reach, but that is not the mistake you needed here.
No, you don't want that mistake, I don't want to make that.
Right.
I get what you're trying to make.
Yeah.
But you're still 16-13. Your defense has played pretty well. That's the only points that were scored in the second half so far. So we'll see what happens in this next drive. But yeah, I was talking and that happened, and I didn't see it happen.
It just a bit high, and that's we saw it last week with a few of them. It's a tough art to get down, especially if you're new to it. We know Hunter Harrison, our center, has been really working hard.
Yes, he has.
To make sure that that's a thing that's not an issue. And it sounds so simple, right, that you're just snapping the ball back. But anybody who's played, any lineman out there will tell you it is one of the hardest things. It takes a lot of hours and a lot of repetition to get that right.
But we saw this last week with Clinton. When they made a mistake, they persevered and came back and fought back. And they're only down 3 now as opposed to 19 last week when they almost came back and won the ball game. So defense has played really well here in the second half. So we'll see if we can get a really good kickoff here from Daniel Pinkard. As we've got back deep, I believe, Braylon Ketchum and Taylor Heim for the Broncos. They're going to stand at their own 30-yard line. So we've got to get a good kick from preseason All-Stater. Here's Daniel Pinkard. There's a kick. It's a high kick. It's going to go out. No, he played it.
Drop. Yep.
And it's going to be out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A mistake there by the Bronco. If he lets it go out of bounds, that's a flag, and you got it about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was Ketchum there, and he's another youngin that we talk about on the squad, a sophomore as well. So, as you mentioned, just one of those mistakes, and Coach
Coach is talking to him right now about it too.
He's saying, "Hey, young bucky, I'll let that one go a bit."
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good situation. The Boomers kind of flipped the field there now, so it's 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line for the Broncos. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. It's going to be 2-back set now, flanking Gray Adams in the shotgun. 11:39 to go in the ball game. Bethany leads 16-13. Just a safety just a minute ago on the punt that went over the head. Gray Adams gets the snap. He's going to hand off to – no, he's going to take it himself. The RPO makes one man miss, and then he's going to be bunched up by a host of Boomers for about a loss of 1. He had nowhere to go, partner.
Well, the man they made miss there was Nash Hunter, who got slipped up just a tick there by a Bethany lineman as the move was happening by Adams, but that allowed enough time for the Boomers to rally to the ball and come up with a nice stop.
2nd down and 11, we're going to call it, for Bethany, as they did move it back to the 28. Actually, no, they're going to say no gain. They gave him back to 29. I don't know how that was possible, but he did get back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down and 10.
They're marking out like 29 or 28 and a half, kind of like a half-yard
loss.
Yeah.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 2-back set. Now it's going to be handoff to Gilliland, and he's going nowhere in the backfield. He's going to be dropped for a loss at the 25, and that was
the Bulldog himself,
Ethan Matt from his nose guard position.
Just doing an excellent job reading out of the way. He's fired up. He's trying to get a sideline going there, and that was a little bit of a wrinkle there by Bethany. They had Heim, who is listed as a quarterback on their roster, take that snap and maybe try to cause some chaos. And it looks like Heim is back out there at QB again.
Yeah, Bethany's trying to grind this game out now, up 3, 16-13. They're really being conservative. 2 receivers the far side, 2 to the near, 1-back set, flanked on the the right shoulder of Gray Adams. He gets a snap and back to pass. He's going to fire. He's trying to find Tully, and he hasn't found him all night. He's not going to find him this time. That's a complete 4th and 10 for the Broncos of Bethany. 4th and 13, actually.
Yeah, Zach Chavez, Aaron Friday on the coverage there, and they're not necessarily taller than Tully, but just airtight coverage made Adams have to really fit it in there. He just couldn't get it.
He hasn't been able to do it all night. I mean, he's been open a couple times, but there's been some great plays too defensively on Tully, partner. And like you said, he's having to have the perfect pass to even get it to him. No catches tonight for Peyton Tully.
Well, if you have to have a perfect pass to get to a 6'7" receiver, you know the coverage is super tight. So
Brendan Huey back to punt. He'll stand at his own 16-yard line. Back to receive is Zach Chavez. He gets the punt away. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to take a Boomer bounce across the 50, and they're going to have excellent field position at the Bethany 48-yard line. And we've got 10:02 to go in the game. 16-13. This is Boomer football on Z92.
K&S Tire, with locations in Woodward, Alva, Kingfisher, and Clinton, knows that with so many places to be, you can't let weather get in your way. That's why it makes sense to choose the tire with specialized tread compounds to help grip the road in wet, snow, and ice. The Goodyear Assurance Weather Ready is the best all-weather traction for Mother Nature's worst, with superior performance in even the harshest conditions. So drive into K&S Tire and check out the Goodyear Assurance Weather Ready tire. K&S Tire, 3000 Williams Avenue in Woodward.
Hey, welcome back to Bethany, Oklahoma. Brock Campbell, Tyler Riggs. 16-13, Boomers trail by 3. Back to pass, Sam Cheap. He's going to look down the center of the field. He's got a receiver open and just out of the reach of his receiver over the right side. And it falls incomplete. I think that was Max Cheap.
It was, yeah. Max lay it out and tried to get that one just in his grasp. But, yeah, just a tick too far. It was there. It was over the top. I like the shot. That's what we call the sudden change play for you, if you're a coaching staff. You try to go for the big shot out the gate on the drive, and, boy, they were that close to connecting.
The passing this year is night and day for Sam Cheap. I mean, there are spirals right on the money. If his receiver can't get it, nobody else can. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Boomers. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. Receiver comes in motion to the left side. Hand off to Nash Hunter up the center of the field. Dump trucks his way across the 45, and he's still on his feet. Gets across the 45, falls forward to the 43-yard line. That's a pickup of 6. That's going to bring up a manageable 3rd down and 4.
Every time Nash Hunter runs the ball up the gut and he's surrounded by Bethany Broncos, it looks like a war has just occurred by the time he falls to the ground. It takes a good 4 or 5 Broncos just to get him down.
So 3rd down and 4 upcoming for the Boomers at their Bethany 43-yard line. 9:25 to go in the ball game. Bethany leads 16-13. Close one. We knew it was going to be a close one. Boomers have a chance to get this one on the road tonight. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter over there. Now he's going to flank over here on the left shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Gets a snap. He's going to call his own number up the center of the field. Follows big boy across the 40 and dives to the 35, maybe the 36. 1st down, Boomers.
And there you go. The power run game started to come into play here late in the game, Brock. It's
conditioning.
They focused on, and we saw it last week in Clinton, right? Things opened up in the second half of that game.
And he just followed big boy Nash Hunter through the hole and just got right on his coattails and picked up a big gain there to the 36-yard line. 1st down, Boomers at the Bronco 36.
We joked with Coach Luchin, the first coach's show, about still having Sean O'Kelly, so we could have what we call the 1,000-pound backfield between Nash Hunter, Sean O'Kelly, and Kenyon Lanham.
2 receivers to the each side of the line of scrimmage. There's a shotgun snap back to Sam Cheap. Calls his own number, falls forward across the 35 and rolls to the 34-yard line. Give him 2 yards in the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Boomers.
And just a QB power there. That's kind of the staple sometimes of the spread, especially some of these teams that know they have an athletic quarterback. That's one that you give that half-second of delay, which we saw Sam Cheap do, and you just hope the big uglies clear out.
A stutter step.
Yep.
Yeah, and just followed his blockers. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. 8:03 and counting in the ball game. Boomers trail 16-13, but they're driving. Nash Hunter flanks him on the right shoulder. Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion to the left side. Gets a shotgun snap. He's going to hand it to Nash Hunter. No, he's going to call his own number. Rolls to the right side. Fires over there right side. Incomplete. Sliding for the catch. It was behind him, though. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
As Aaron Friday had there on the quick slant, it looked like problem was ball just a tick behind Friday, and that caused the slide as Friday was trying to check up and get back to it.
Sam Cheap faked me out on the RPO run pass option there. So 3rd down and 8 upcoming for the Boomers at the Bronco 34-yard line. They break the huddle. Trips will come to the near side, 1 to the far side. Running back flanks. Actually, he's going to be behind now Sam Cheap in the pistol formation. Sam gets the snap. He's going to hand it off to the big boy Nash Hunter. He's 30. He's rumbling and tumbling across the 25, and he's got another 1st down for the Boomers.
Good. I don't know what to say at this point about Nash Hunter. Just the
I don't think Bethany knows what to say. They can't stop him. The sheer power, it's nothing sexy. It's just him against 5 or 6 Broncos, and he's winning.
It's so old school in the sense the way he runs.
It's Big Ten.
I mean, it is just, downhill. We're going to power eye you, and we're going to come downhill. And, boy, does it work, though. It's just so tough to take him down.
So, and it's it's deflating for a defense, too,
yeah.
as well. So first down and 10 for the Boomers at the Bronco 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set on the right side of Sam Cheap. Receiver goes in motion to the right side. Sam gets the snap, and he fumbles it, but gets it back. He's going to get tackled back way at the 35-yard line on the sack, and I think that was Millsfall, was it not?
Yeah, I got in there.
Yep.
But you got to give Sam credit. That could have been way worse.
That could
one
have been.
Was a little high, a little outside. It slipped through his hands, and he immediately got back before it touched the ground.
Lost 10 yards on the play. Second down and 20.
Still got time to dig out of the hole here, at least.
Clock is running under 7 minutes. 6:40, 6:41, 40, 39, 38, 37, if I can count. I don't know how to count, obviously. 16-13, Bethany on top by 3. Boomers have the ball. Second down and 20 at the Bethany 35-yard line. Actually, call it 34. 2 trips to the far side, 1 to the near side. Back to pass. Sam Cheap. He's going to throw it over there right side. There's going to be a penalty, and that's going to be roughing the passer, I believe, on Bethany, and that's going to be 15 yards, and he knew it. That was Peyton Tolley.
Yeah, and what about Sam Cheap again, Brock? Standing tough, got the swing pass out there over Tolley, and then able to, hey, you know what? You stay in there, you get rewarded by drawing the flag, and now this should be, I believe, an automatic first down if it's personal foul.
It will be automatic first down. But bless his heart, his 5'10" body standing in there with a 6'7", 240, and still got the pass away on the right side.
He's going to be sore in the morning. There's no doubt about it.
We need the Cheat family, if you have a hot tub, you need to fire that up.
Some ice bath.
Yeah, Max may need it tomorrow too. So
there you go. They're walking off the penalty, and
it's going to be a huge first down and a big mistake by a senior.
And
he knew it. He knew it when he did it, and he he's 6'7". You're not going to not see that happen.
Yeah, well, and he's had a bit of a frustrating night. We highlighted how Adams just can't find him in the passing game, and that just kind of adds to it.
First and 10 for the Broncos, 16-yard line for the Boomers. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Here's the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it off to Nash Hunter. He's going to be drugged down in the backfield. He's going to be right there, no gain on the play. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so second down and 10 upcoming from the 16.
That was totally making up for his mistake by instantly getting in there on Ash Hunter and just taking him down.
And if push comes to shove, you're in field goal range now.
You are, and I won't say it's easy money because no field goal ever is, but yeah, as you mentioned, definitely there for your Daniel Pinkert, who's, as we mentioned many times, preseason All-5A.
5:27 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. Bethany leads 16-13. Boomers have second and 10 at the Bethany 16. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 to the near side, 1 back set. Nash Hunter on the right shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. He's rolling to his left, and he's going to be sacked back at the 25.
It was Tolley again. Just instantly bull rushed on the right side there, and it's tough to deal with. It really is. And Zane Samarco over there trying to find himself up. And he's, after that one, he's like, hey, guys, that's my bad. And I tell you what, I've seen that before. Usually I'm a guard, but I've had my fair share of tackles that, they go through some of those nights where, man, you get a huge load like that, and it's just a long night.
Big third down for the Boomers. 3rd and 18 at the Broncos 24-yard line. And it looks like Coach Lucian's going to just let this run all the way down, take a timeout, and see what he wants to do on 3rd and 18. Yeah, he's going to take a timeout right there. We're going to take our final timeout of the fourth quarter. Bethany leads 16-13. This is Boomer. I knew I was going to do it. This is Boomer Football on Z92.
Fall is here, and that means open enrollment for health insurance and Medicare is just around the corner. Bentech Insurance Agency is a certified enrollment center for health insurance policies on and off the health insurance marketplace. If you are over 65, Bentech can also help you enroll in Medicare products. Annual enrollment period for Medicare is October 15th through December 7th, and open enrollment for health insurance is November 1st to December 15th. Call your hometown agents Clint White, Lindsey Custer, or Rosetta Thompson at 580-256-9918 and let them provide all of your insurance needs.
And welcome back to Bethany Snoo Stadium in Bethany, Oklahoma. Brock Campbell, he's Tyler Riggs. We got Dakota on the sideline. Dakota, let's talk about 3rd and 18. What are you hearing in that huddle right now, if you can hear anything?
Gotcha, Dakota. You might want to,
All right, am I good now?
There you go. Go ahead.
All right, Coach Lucian was kind of just kind of giving. hear what they said, but, I think they're just trying to keep pushing the ball up here and maybe try to throw a touchdown right here.
Yes,
Third
sir.
and 18 for the Boomers at the Bronco 24-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. A one-back set. That's Nash Hunter flanked on the right shoulder of Sam Cheap in the shotgun. He's going to get the snap. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to throw long into the end zone. He's got a receiver!
Oh,
and
incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Oh, man, it
Boy,
looks like
had one in the back of the end zone. And we've got a Boomer
slowing up. That's
too as well.
I believe that's Chavez. He got rolled up a bit right there because that ball just landed in a spot in the end zone, and there were a couple of Boomers in the area there trying to get to it.
Boy, he gave it his all right there, and it falls short. So we've got 4th and 18.
Excuse me, that might be Max Cheap, actually. That is Max Cheap walking it off.
So a field goal from this position is going to be a 39-yard field goal from the 24-yard line.
It's makeable for sure, and it'd be a clutch one. And I think for Coach Lucha and them, they're having this discussion. They've been spectacular on some of these 4th down calls. So
got 4:21 left in the game.
You got
even two timeouts.
Even if you go for it here and you turn it back over, you're going to have a chance to at least get the ball back. But it's really just how much do you want to risk? This is a non-conference game. We talked with Coach Luchan preseason about just the tough opening schedule, having Clinton, having Bethany, and then you get Weatherford. And the same deal as last year where you're using these games to really learn about your squad, where your weaknesses are. Not that the wins and losses don't matter, but at the same time, if you come up a bit short trying to risk it all, it's not the worst thing.
So it's 4th and 18. I think Pinkert is out to try. Yes, he is. He's out to try a 39-yard field goal. It'll be on the left hash. He's going to have to cut this, not cut it. He's going to have to, what would you say?
He's going to have to give it a little hook here.
Hook. There you go. Thank you. He's going to have to hook it. So he's back to take the field goal at the 31. Kick is up. It's on the way, and it is good! The Boomers tie it. We're tied at 16. Daniel Pinkard, the All-State preseason kicker, puts it through for the Boomers, and it's tied at 16.
And that one was straight down the pipe.
And boy, did you see him jump up on the way, and it is good! The Boomers tie it. We're tied at 16. Daniel Pinkard, the All-State preseason kicker, puts it through for the Boomers. A 39-yard field goal goes through for Daniel Pinkard.
Daniel was jumping up and down. It was really high, He's excited. I mean, if I kicked a 41 field goal, I think I would be peeing my pants.
It was actually 41. I was wrong. You're right. It was 41. Yeah. So it was a 41-yard field goal by Daniel Pinkard. And, he's still got to kick off, so don't jump up and down too much. You still got to use that leg here. Daniel Pinkard will kick off from his own 40-yard line. 4:16 to go in the ball game. Back to receive is Heim. And Braylon Ketchum. It's going to be a short kick. Going to be taken by the up man. Actually going to be fair caught at the 28-yard line. Nice idea. 1st down and 10 for the Broncos at their own 28.
Yeah, that's kind of a interesting fair catch here because once again I had a chance where it's along the sideline. You maybe let it roll, but they don't want to miss with Mr. Pinkard and the potential spin there.
Well, and he was probably told to catch it next time if you're going to catch it, or let it go out of bounds, let it go out of bounds. He's like, decide one way or the other. I think it was the same kid that had the miscue. What's the drive real quick?
So this is a kind of an odd one. 11-play, 49-yard drive for 5 minutes and 46 seconds there for the Boomers officially.
Gray Adams under center for the Broncos as they start their drive. Receiver to the far side, one to the near side. One back set. That's Gilliland. Gets a snap. He's going to hand it off to Gilliland, and he's going to try and get the corner on the left side. He does get the corner, gets across 35, and then knocked out of bounds right at the 39-yard line. right at the sticks, close to the first down. I think they gave it to him. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Broncos. If not, it's going to be second and very short.
Second and maybe an inch here based on that spot.
But I thought they were going to have him in the backfield, but he got a good block.
He
got
just
the seal.
stretched it enough, yeah. And you mentioned it, the big word there, the seal. That's one of those, that's the difference maker when you're stretching it outside of if it's going to break big or not.
And they're going to give him the first down. He got it 10 yards exactly, so first and 10 for the Broncos at their own 39-yard line. Want to mention that Kenyon Lanham is back in the ball game, so that's good to see.
He's a dog. I know he'd be back in there.
4:09 and left in the game. Should be a running clock now. Let's see if the referee stopped it. It's not going yet.
Well, he got knocked out. Well, yeah, I mean.
Well, yeah, it's out of bounds. That's right. One receiver to the far side. What am I talking about? One receiver to the far side, one to the near. Gray Adams calls his own number, and he goes nowhere. A host of boomers in the backfield gets him back to the 35-yard line.
And guess who it was? Mr. Kenyon Lanham. Yes, sir. Getting in there saying, I'm fine, I'm good.
3-yard loss, second down and 13 for the Broncos with 3:51 and counting to go to game. It's almost like they're playing for overtime here.
I mean, they're playing to win.
Very conservative.
Yeah. Well, Bethany may be, but the Boomers are trying to get this stop.
I think Bethany is definitely playing for overtime, partner. Receiver to the far side, one to the near, one back set, flanked on the right shoulder is Gilliland, and the shotgun. Gray Adams gets a snap. He's back to pass. Now he's going to throw over here to the right side, and there's going to be interference, and they're going to call it on Aaron Friday. And I don't know about that one. That was ticky-tack.
Well, it is what they're going to say.
It's uncatchable, too.
They're going to say Friday was hold'em. That's why it was uncatchable.
Beyond the 5-yard box.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to call it, which is...
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
It's a tough call. So
15-yard penalty, another first down for the Broncos. That's going to move the ball into Boomer territory to about the 45-yard line, possibly. Let's see where they mark it off here with 3:29 to go in the ball game. Actually, it's just going to give him a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, because it was
What'd they call then? It wasn't pass interference. Pass interference was 15.
The holding. They called that the holding.
5-yard holding. Okay.
Yep.
So it's going to be second down and 3 officially for the Broncos. Actually, it was a 10-yard penalty. They got 10 yards. Gray Adams, bootleg to the left. He's looking back to the right. He's got a wide receiver open, 40, 35, cuts back to the 30, 25, and he's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line with 3:20 to go. And now you're going to see Bethany really grind the clock here.
Yeah, that was Gillen. They snuck him out on the play fake right there, and just a little bit of a delayed will for him, and it was wide open there.
Bootleg will ride on the right side, and nobody was within 10 to 15 yards of him. A big first down for Bethany at the Boomer 25-yard line. Boomer's going to really have to bow up. Got to get a turnover. No turnovers in this ball game yet. Receiver to the far side, one to the near side, one back set. Gray Adams under center, gets a snap. He's going to hand it to Gilliland over there on the left side. He's going to cut up to the center of the field. He's going to be knocked down hard there.
Nash Hunter getting in and dropping him quick.
Got to the 20-yard line, give me 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5 upcoming for the Broncos. Boy, the Boomers have played so hard this game. Boy, you don't want to lose it here at the end.
Yeah, well, and, you mentioned you got to bow up. Bethany here is going to do all they can to drain this clock and then punch it in with little time left. So you got to find a way to get a stop.
2:27 and counting, 2:26, 2:25. Receiver to the far side, receiver to the near side, one back set. Gray Adams, play clock only at 14. He takes a snap at 13. He's going to roll to his left, fire across his body, incomplete. Had a receiver in the open, but man, he just rolled to his right actually, and he's not as accurate as Sam Cheap is throwing across his body.
Well, and for a lefty, it's really tough. That's a hard mechanic. Seriously, I mean, get in there and try to learn. It's just it doesn't feel natural. Not that throwing across your body ever does, but trying to do it, especially when you got pressure bearing down on you like Kenyon Lanham was on him right there, really tough.
2:13 to go in the game. 3rd and 5 for Bethany. Gray in the shotgun. Receivers to the near side, one to the near side, one to the far side. One running back flanked on the right shoulder of Gray Adams in the shotgun. 3rd down and 5 for the Broncos at the Boomer 20-yard line. He gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's going to fire over here in the end zone. He's got a receiver. Touchdown, Bethany. 20-yard touchdown strike. 2:08 to go in the ball game, and Bethany takes the lead. 22-16 with point after attempt upcoming.
The good news is you still got 2:08 and 2 timeouts to work with, so you got clock to work with here, and you got a little bit of time. But that was just.
Who was that in the corner? I didn't see. Molesca. That was Joe Molesca.
Jared
Molesca.
Yep, the other one.
20-yard strike over here, and the flag route. Actually, no, not the flag. We're at the what is that called?
The post there, the out. So
it's got a name for it. I just can't think of the play. On the go route, I guess.
I mean,
Fade route. There we go.
You got it.
I got it. I finally got it. My 42-year-old self had to just process of elimination. Snap back, ball down, kick is on the way. It's high and long, and it is no good. Boomers have life with 2:08 to go, 22-16. Boomers still have 2 timeouts left, and don't go anywhere, Boomer fans. It's only a 22-16 ball game.
My, oh my.
Wow.
That is a huge one right there. I mean, you've got time, you got timeouts, and all of a sudden now, if you go down and punch this in with seconds left, you could win it on an extra point.
And what do you do for the kickoff if you're Bethany? Do you give the Boomers an opportunity to advance the ball, or do you play it safe and kick it short, or, I don't know, kick it out of bounds or something to not let Chavez get anything on you on the return?
Yeah, that's a question I can't really answer because Chavez has found some nice holes and gotten the Boomers some good field position. But at the same time, you don't want to get too cute, right, for Bethany and wind up just giving them good field position anyway. So
could it backfire like they did with the punt return on us? You know, maybe, eye for an eye here. 22-16, 6-point lead for the Bethany Broncos. 2:08 to go in the ball game. It's been a good one, partner. We knew it was going to be, as this was only picked a 7-point ball game. Bethany was picked to win, and now they're up by 6.
Boy, I mean, the Boomers here know they've got a chance. And you see Chavez down there at the kick return directing traffic, trying to get his guys lined up and ready because Bethany here, you never know, Brock. They could try to be sneaky and get an onside.
I was thinking the same thing, too. But would you risk it to give him that field position?
Oh, man, it's I don't know the mindset
the Boomers, that is, the field position.
Right, yeah. I mean, if you have that much faith in your defense, I see they faked it a bit. Trying to make sure the Boomers are ready.
I think they're going to kick it away.
Now
I just don't see him doing anything cute here. So Jaggers will kick from his own 40-yard line. North to the south. Chavez deep to receive. He's angling over here to the left side of the field. There's the kickoff. He's going to kick it to the left side. It's going to be taken by Chavez at the 5, 10. Still trying to make one miss. 15. He's going to be tackled at the 15-yard line. Boomers have 85 yards to go to win the ball game.
85 yards, 2 minutes and change left. Zach tried to do the best he could to get that one sprung for at least up to the 20-25, but the Broncos had the
good coverage
kick
by
coverage
the Broncos,
ready.
Yes, definitely.
So
2:06 left. We haven't got our sponsors. We'll get them here in a minute. We haven't had a time to get in
game,
the sponsors tonight with this no-huddle offense that Bethany runs as well. So, Dakota, we know you're down there too. We haven't forgotten about you. 2:06 to go in the ball game. Trips will go to the far side for the Boomers. 2 receivers to the near side. Sam Cheap is by his lonesome in the backfield. In the shotgun is Sam. Gets a snap. He's going to call his own number. Goes straight up the field. Gets across to the 20-yard line. Now dump truck down about the 21. Give him a gain of 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 for the Boomers. Clock rolling.
Yeah, I still like that, though. Spread it out wide and see if you could bust a big one with your QB. Now you're going to start seeing them try to throw it a little bit here.
2nd down and 5. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. 1 back set. Sam Cheap in the shotgun. Gets the snaps. Back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire over there to the right side. It's caught, but it's going to be out of bounds. Incomplete as he was in the air as he caught the ball. 3rd down and 5.
Looks like that was
Cheap?
Quite. It might have been either Cheap or Chavez. Probably Chavez,
Looks
actually.
like Chavez.
Yeah,
Yep.
He's over there. Got into it and got it, but just got kind of forced out of bounds on that one.
3rd down and 5, 1:37 to go in the ball game. Boomers have it at their own 21-yard line. Crowd is standing here in Bethany. Channing defense. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. 1 back set. Actually, no. Sam Cheap is in the backfield by himself. 3 receivers to the far side now. Gets a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to step up in the pocket. Fires across the middle. It's incomplete. Too low for Taylon Laird. It's going to be 4th and 5.
Yeah, I had Taylon right there, and I had opportunity to get that 1st down, but just when you have to step up and try to fire at the same time, it's a tough motion to get.
4th down and 5 for the Boomers. Their last gasp here with 1:32 to go. Crowd is on their feet, making a lot of noise over here on the Bethany side with 1:32 to go in the game. Boomers have got to get the 4th down conversion here. They have 2 timeouts, but they got to get the 4th and 5. And I think they're going to take one right now. They will.
Smart timeout by Coach Lucian to try to dial up the right play here.
go ahead and take our sponsors while we got some time.
Yeah, of course. I mentioned the 2020 Big Boom sponsors do so much for the community, and, of course, so much for Woodward Athletics. That'd be AAA Insurance, Design Really, BidTech Insurance, Dairy Queen, Harper Sanitation, Diesel Dynamics, High Plains Tire, High Plains Technology Center, and K&S Tire, and, of course, all of our other Boom Booster sponsors as well. Amazing partners here, not only with us, but, of course, the Woodward community.
To reset the scene, 1:32 to go in the ball game. It's 22-16. Bethany leads by 6. Boomers have it 4th and 5 from their own 21-yard line. What are you calling here if you're Coach Luchin?
Man, they've had some great success trying to get those one-on-one matchups, down the seam or down the sideline. Do you take that big of a shot on 4th and 5, or do you really try to go short?
I would go short.
I say you set up what's called a high-low. You try to go for the big post over the top. If it's not there, you set up an option, maybe a slant, maybe an in route that's set up just past that first down marker. So that way, if the big shot's not there immediately, you go ahead and check it down and get that first down and keep moving.
And could we get another pass interference from the gods here as well? That would help too. So there's your scenarios, 4th and 5 with 1:32 to go. Bethany looking for their first win. So are the Boomers, 0-1, Bethany 0-2. But what a ball game we've saw tonight.
Well, and this is, what we figured, two young teams with some good talent going at it. And Bethany really trying to get that win, as you mentioned, to say, hey, despite taking 2 early losses, we're here, and the Boomers trying to ride that momentum from the near comeback in Clinton.
2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near, 1 back set. That's Nash Hunter flanked on the right side. Back to pass to Sam Cheap. He's going to step up to the pocket. He fires.
Knocked away.
It's incomplete, knocked away. 4th down, turnover on downs. Bethany's going to take over with its 6-point lead and 1:28 to go in the ball game. Good grief.
Tough break there for the Boomers. That was well defended by Bethany. I like the fact that they brought in Nash Hunter to try to make sure Tolley did not get in Sam Cheap's face, which he did a good job of. But there was just nowhere to throw. I mean, the options were taken, and Sam did all he could to try to fit in there.
Give credit to that young secondary making the adjustments in the second half, really giving the Boomers nothing in the secondary. They got some in the first half, but, man, nice adjustments by Coach Arthur and his defensive staff. Just really giving nothing to the Boomers in the second half. So, 1:28, Boomers do have 1 timeout. Really doesn't matter, as Bethany's going to set up in victory formation. Gray Adams takes the snap. He's going to take a knee, and the clock's going to run. And you get a 40-second play clock, and that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Boomers are going to fall to 0-2, but, man, the first 2 games, 5-point loss and a 6-point loss.
The heart, too. I mean, we're just seeing it every single week. It's a young squad. They keep fighting. They keep trying to overcome their adversities, whether it's the mistakes or just, teams, punching and them trying to punch back. So it's not like they played slouches. I mean, we know Clinton and Bethany are going to be 2 teams that are going to be playoff teams and going to be contenders in 4A. So nothing to be ashamed about. Next week you get another one.
And this is going to help you go into your district games. These games are just going to help you get better. I know you want to win them. There's a snap, and taking another knee is Gray Adams with 42 seconds. I think Boomers took a timeout.
Yeah, Luchin did take his last timeout there. Probably just, tell the guys, potential playing here. If you never know what could happen, but also probably just tell them, hey, hard-fought game.
Yeah.
You did all you could, and now you get a chance to go back to the workshop and get ready for Weatherford, knowing that that's a top team that you're going to have to deal with, but. Brock, to go back to that point, you're talking about, dealing with the tough district schedule. It was amazing to watch last year, the fact that not only did you have to play the 3 top teams in the district in Carl Albert, Piedmont, and McGinnis, but those wound up being the top 3 teams in the state in 5A. So, you have got to play a tough non-district like this to get ready for that type of challenge. But, for the rest of the district schedule, this schedule's favorably. I'm not trying to rag on my Blue Jays, but I'm not going to lie. I don't think the non-district for them has been a little weak.
And Coach Luchin doesn't believe in moral victories.
Right,
He's not going to say one here. But, this Boomer team, keep with them, everybody. I mean, this is a good Boomer team. Once they get over the hump, they're going to win some ball games. Gray Adams out for the snap again at 3rd down and 10. Gets a snap. He's going to
take some time
off and then take a knee, 33 seconds, and that's going to do it. The Boomers actually don't have a timeout left. It says 1 on there. But
they just used the last one.
But that's going to do it. Bethany's going to go to 1-2. Boomers will fall to 0-2 with a 22-16 loss to the Bethany Broncos here at SNU Bethany Stadium. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back. We're going to recap this one and get you set for next week against Weatherford. You're listening to Boomer Football on Z92.
If driving is more of a passion for you than a mode of transportation, you may have some BF Goodrich in your blood. Utilizing advanced tread designs and special rubber compounds, BF Goodrich Ultra High Performance tires strive to provide the extreme grip you need to accelerate faster, corner harder, and brake shorter. Learn more by visiting us today. High Plains Tire has the expert tire service you need to take your car's performance to the next level. Specific performance may vary by tire model.
In January of 2017, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
And within 24 hours of that diagnosis, we found ourselves here in Memphis at St. Jude. They knew what they were doing. They knew how they were going to treat her. They laid out this elaborate plan.
We didn't know what the future was, or if there even was a future. But with St. Jude, there was.
Not that long ago, the survival rate was 4%. 4%. But through the work and research that St. Jude does, that's now 94%. And you know how that got done? It's through donations, by people getting behind this mission that no child dies in the dawn of life.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
What if you were wearing something sexy?